In World of Tanks kannst du nämlich aus der Fahrt feuern, aus dem Stand feuern, aus dem Flug feuern, Kürbisse überfahren, Privatbesitz zerstören, parken wo du willst, Türme in die Luft jagen, Gegner rammen, Gegner ertränken, auf Gegner fallen, den Sonnenuntergang bewundern. Das Schlachtfeld ist dein Spielplatz.
Wargaming turns 20, and it's all thanks to you. We're turning 20 because you play our games every day. And look how it all started. From a small apartment, we grew into a large mansion. And it's a full house. Knights, orcs, historians, collectors. Serb! Video makers, Unicoms, arty players, fans of German tanks, virtual reality fans, trolls, tacticians, commanders, pilots, rushers, tomatoes, lemmings, the dog, fans, haters, players from all over the world. There are a lot of you, more than 200 million. Thank you for being with us. Happy birthday.
Welcome to World of Tanks live stream from Gamescom 2018. I don't know if you can hear the noise in the background, but it's very strong. So, here's presenting the live stream with you. We have Sile, we have Falan, and we have Kaitzek.
Hey guys. I think we actually managed to get the perfect timing for the stream, right? Because there's a lot of stuff going on behind us. So sorry for the background noise.
This is very animated. We have probably one of the noisiest and most frequented booths here at Gamescom, and that's just because we love it and we put so much entertainment into our stuff. We are having so much fun here. So, we can't wait to share it with you. We will not leave you behind. You will not be left behind at Gamescom, not from wargaming.net. We are too crazy to leave you behind, so we've organized a live stream. They're going to start now, and it's going to finish when you're basically having your dinner.
Exactly. Size of the mission.
So, what are we going to do with you guys following us during all these hours? We're going to have so many physical giveaways, bonus codes, guests, so many interviews, so many questions to ask. Even from you that you're sitting at home, you're going to ask yourself, how am I going to ask questions? I want to ask so many questions to all the guests that are going to show up. And we've thought of everything. We have, live on Twitter, we have a very special initiative, as in if you want to ask a question to any of the guests that are going to show up during this very stream, if you ask your question in a tweet with the hashtag #AskWhat, hashtags, very cool, only for young people. hashtag ask what, you might end up asking your questions live because I'm going to be reading them. I'm going to be asking your very questions to the guests showing up in the stream. So, talking about special activities on social media, we also have another campaign running with the hashtag World of Tanks this time. If you put your impressions about World of Tanks and Gamescom on Twitter or on Instagram with the hashtag World of Tanks, you might win some cool prizes. You may visit our portal to know what am I talking about, but believe me, it is some very cool stuff. Just a hint, there is an actual PC, and if it was just not enough for us to just offer a PC to anyone, you know, posting stuff on social media, we're offering you the ultimate modded PC. The World of Tanks personalized case.
It has a turret. You know, it actually has a turret.
So
It
ultimate.
actually has a turret.
It is super ultimate. I seen it in office for the first time recently, and I was like, wow, who makes this? Who makes this?
It's actually Case King who makes it.
It
might be
it's-
worth mentioning because those guys are awesome and they made this. By the way, we already gave away one of these, right?
Yes,
I think
we actually did.
Last end of the year, I think that was when we gave it away, and it was super cool.
It's starting to be a vice for us to just give away massively cool prizes. So, by the way, did you know that the actual worth of that PC, you know, the modded case plus the PC in it, it's actually over 4K units.
Something like that.
Over 4K.
So post away internauts. So I see some movement all around me, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Anyway, shall we move on?
Yes,
I
let's
saw-
talk
I
about
saw-
what else we are doing on the stream, I think.
What else are we doing?
So first of all, there's this bonus code. Let's talk about the bonus code, I think.
Oh yes, let's bring out the big guns. we have a bonus code prepared for you today, and it's probably the most special thing that we've done so far. Actually, if you follow us through TankFest, you might have already seen something similar. We're gonna give you a very special bonus code that you can activate in the game only during our stream, guys. So be careful and keep on listening because this is hot stuff and you wanna activate this. We're gonna give you a code that you can activate into the game to unlock a mission. And what are the mission's rewards?
So first of all, I think it's better if we explain how this works, because you might not know how to activate the bonus code. So what you need to know is that Sile is going to give you the first half of the code soon, and then we are going to give you the second half later. Once that happens, you can go to World of Tanks EU, the website, log in with your World of Tanks nickname, and on the upper right corner, you can actually activate the bonus code. This is where you put this in. Okay, be careful, you can only activate it until the stream is going on. So once you activate it, what happens is you get a mission, which is going to give you a lot of really cool personal
It's
reserves.
actually a lot of personal reserve, like the best kind of personal reserve that we actually have in the game. So,
But for that, you actually
By
have
the
to
way-
play the game and, you know, win a couple of matches. You only have to participate and, you know, do your part.
and if you think that we are done with you know, like we're going to give you a bonus code for a mission, and you think, yeah, that's all right, that's cool, I might play it, I might activate it. That is not all. There are other magnificent reasons why you should really activate this code, and that's because out of everyone activating it, there will be some kind of a raffle. There will be some random winners being picked out, and they are going to win an Eagle 7, the actual new tank that we're introducing to celebrate. Somebody that actually really did fight during the Second World War here in Cologne. If you've seen the latest Weekly Ops video, you know what I'm talking about, because I did mention that.
So
And
there are actually 5 tanks to give away, right?
like 5 of you who activate the code are eligible to win an Eagle 7. And if you think, cool, I can activate a mission, I can win a tank, that's all I want, right? We were still not satisfied with this. Hold your tracks, sirs, I am not done giving you a list of prizes, because we're also going to select 3 people out of all those that activate the code, and those 3 people will win an entire year of premium account. Because we were just like, you know, let's give them the extra love, because we feel extra generous for Gamescom. Only for Gamescom. This is so amazing.
By the way, if you're extra lucky, then you can get both the tank and 1 year of premium. Who knows? You might actually get it, right? So maybe let's give everyone the first half of the code. And then
Do we want to start with the first half or with the second half?
I leave that up to you, Sal.
I'm going to start with the second half because I'm special like that. And the first half of the code will be given to you at the end of the stream. So keep on following us because you will get the second part later. So now, to the point. The first bit of the code is COM18. This is what you have to put as last. I'm going to repeat it again. COM18. COM18 is the last part of the bonus code. So write it somewhere, keep it close to you, because later I'm going to give you the first part, and I really advise you to activate it.
Maybe
Only before the stream ends.
Maybe we can ask the guys in the back to put it on the screen, or we can also put it into the chat on YouTube and Twitch, because we are streaming on multiple channels. So let's try to get it into all the channels so that you guys can remember what the code is. Okay, so this is the first half, actually the second half of the bonus code, right? Because you are making this with a twist.
Yes, I'm twisting everything because like I'm gonna give you something super nice, but I need to twist it a bit, like a real Italian twist. This is pasta in the plate.
Okay, so there are two parts. This is the second part. We are going to tell you the first part at the end of the stream. You put it together, put it into World of Thanks to You, and then you are eligible for all the prizes, right?
But now you share the second.
Oh, even I'm confused. No.
Oh, what could it be? What could it be? COM18. What's before that? I bet you tried like 3 times already. Yeah, I'm talking to you in a
somebody
chat.
has already tried like 3 times Gamescom 18.
If you can get it, you can actually get there before everyone else, but you are still going to be eligible for the same things.
Yes, exactly.
Good luck trying, but you really need to follow us if you want to know what's the first part.
It's super obscure. You will never get it. Never in your life.
We've made it extra special.
But if you can,
Extra
then,
special.
oh, you know, like all the power to you. Okay, so what else do we have?
Actually, we also have, since we're having a huge live stream, like it's like several hours of live stream, and we prepared a bonus code, we prepared guests, we prepared all kinds of activity, but it is really advice from us at this point. We really have a thing for it. We really do need to put a physical prizes giveaway in our stream, or we're not gonna be happy. Like we're not satisfied in our streams if we're not giving away something physical. So do we want to go through all the prizes? Like,
Yeah, let's talk about that. By the way, the way we are going to do this, me and Kajczak, we are going to play at the end of the stream. You know, we try our luck with the Polish tanks maybe, or something like that.
Definitely Polish.
And then while we are streaming, we are going to give you all the info that you need to enter into this physical prize giveaway. It's gonna be really cool. We have a lot of really cool prizes. Okay.
Yes.
We like to go physical.
We do? Absolutely.
We play tanks. We play tanks.
I was
These are
pretty
the
sure
words
you're
of a
going
brawler.
going somewhere else with that.
Is
but
there
okay.
something more physical than a tank? The tank.
Good save, Kajczak. Nice. Okay.
Metal, heavy, tanks.
By the way, we are also going to have some guests on Saturday, which is related to metal, right? But we are not giving anything away.
We're giving you clues, but we're not telling you everything.
So let's hear about those prizes. What are we
Yes,
giving away?
We are giving away, and this is only for today because we're actually going to have another live stream on Saturday, and we have another entirely set of prizes. So, like, this is just for today, just for you exclusively following us today. We prepared a series of amazing gaming gear tech. We have an Actis Pro headset today. We have 2 Rival 110 mice. We have a toy brick branded Kobe. We have a plastic model kit branded Italeri. We have an Rozzi gaming desk. A gaming desk we have, like we're giving away a gaming desk.
I've never heard this word before. Gaming desk. I was so surprised when I heard it for
Yeah,
the
me
first
too.
time.
I was
Gaming
actually
chair,
putting
yes.
together the prizes. I was like, okay, a gaming desk. That's cool.
Gaming
Oh, by the way, the headsets and the mice, they are coming from Steel Series, so big shout out to them. And then we also have the Italeri tank models. So Italeri is the other sponsor that we have for this. And then we have Arozzi for the desk, right? As well.
What's it?
Arozzi is the one that is
gaming
supplying
table
us with the gaming desk. Exactly.
Yes, and also another last prize, because like I feel like we should mention it, that the last prize we're giving today is actually an Intel CPU. So just to mention, you know.
Yeah, that's
Not
also a
bad,
pretty cool one, I
not
think.
bad.
Maybe we should explain our public how to get these magnificent prizes. And we are having, if you follow our chat, keep on eyeing our chat, you will see every once in a while posted a very special link. You have to sign up there, and during the stream, we're going to randomly select people that are going to be the winners of our physical prizes. We're going to announce everything by the end of tomorrow. Like if you're a winner, you're going to know. No, actually, that might not be true.
That's true, actually. It's gonna be on the forums.
All right.
So, if you are
Always
confused
right.
by all of this, because I am, don't worry about it too much, because we are going to tell you exactly what you need to do when we are doing it. Okay, this is just a heads up, just to know that we are going to give away a lot of stuff. Okay, so please stay tuned, and we are also going to give you a lot of, you know, stuff from Gamescom, all the juicy details that we are going to show you.
Yes, we have some nice gaming content ready. Again, if you've seen the latest weekly ops, you know all the hype and all the special content that it's coming. We have so much stuff to show to you that I can barely keep from spazzing.
Yes,
And
come on, just
Please
look
don't do that.
around. Just look around, guys. Just look around us.
I hope that you can also hear it, because I can. So can I ask you to repeat the code again, just to make sure? Okay,
The
but
code?
we are going to give it once again once we are giving you the other half.
we have a very special code prepared to you, giving away a lot of cool gaming content inside of the game. You can unlock a mission. The code, the second half of the code that you can use it to unlock it is COM18. COM18.
So jot it down, you know, take a note.
Take a note of this part, and it's the second part of the code. So later on, we're gonna give you the first part so you can activate it and enjoy the best unlockable mission there is.
Exactly. So now I think we have finished with introducing all the cool stuff that we are going to do. So we are going to show you a cool video. And in the meantime, Kajak is going to move away from us a little bit because he is going to be our gameplay guy. And then we are going to be joined by some people.
Yes, from now on you will see me only from up here. So.
The best part, right?
Yeah, the best
The
part.
best part. Awesome.
He doesn't
Okay, guys,
really
see you in a
speak.
second.
He's a player.
Наоборот, вперед. Вперед. Назад. Сейчас налево. Das ist einfach die Begrenzung von Tischwissen. Das ist ein Bug.
Hey.
Yes. So we are here. Welcome one more time from the game stations, because we have, as you can see, we call it sofa station, but it's actually gaming chair station. And I'm sitting here in a gaming station with this guy.
Hey.
I don't know if you know him. He's a YouTuber, smaller YouTuber
Little known
from
streamer.
Britain.
Yeah.
One of the most popular, maybe the most popular
Appreciate it.
YouTuber for World of Tanks, QB or Quick Baby.
You can
or
call me
quick
Will.
Quick
Call me Will.
fingers or Will.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
Will, it's nice. Let's call me Kaya.
Okay.
My nickname is Kajak. It will be super hard for you, I bet.
Kajak. It's not that hard.
Yes.
I think I'm getting it.
Kajak. Oh, it was actually good.
Did I nail it the first time?
I can see some influence from your girlfriend there. Maybe Slavic languages.
Possibly.
I will send you invite to the platoon and we can start.
Thanks. So
playing.
what are we going to be doing today? We're going to be showing off some tier 10 Polish tanks, are we?
Yes, we want to show the Polish tanks on higher tiers, preferably tier 9, tier 10, because you know how it goes on the test server. It might take a bit of time if you go for lower tiers, so it's tip for you guys also.
Yeah.
If you are waiting too long in a queue on the test server, take higher tier, because tier 2, lower than 8, it's gonna take you ages basically.
sure.
I'm gonna send you invite. I'm gonna create channel
Awesome.
here.
So have you had many goes with the 60 TP?
Sorry?
Have you played the 60 TP very much? the
I
tier 10?
played mostly the prototype.
Oh,
I like
okay.
the tank. I actually prefer it. I like it more than defender. I like it more. For me, it's the tank. Everybody's like, oh, defender is better, defender is better, but I prefer the Polish tank. I like the low silhouette, I like the movement and the gun especially.
Yeah.
The gun is
compared
to defender, you cannot.
It's a good gun,
you
right?
cannot
Yeah.
compare. Could you join my
fantastic.
channel so I can invite
Okay, you want me to join your channel? So
yes,
it is.
go here for the channel.
Oh, you got. Oh no, over here. What? Can you not just invite me?
Or wait, I could actually send you invite.
If you got me on friends or whatever.
Yeah, it's gonna be easier.
So every time I played this tank on the test server so far, I've really enjoyed the fact that it feels like an ST1 at tier 10. That's the way that I feel about it. Having that big gun. How much alpha damage is it packed? 750, right?
Sorry?
750 alpha damage on this tank, right?
Yes, it's actually... It's better for me in general. I like tanks with a higher alpha damage because you can play this peek and boo and it's more about the patience than about some skill or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I think...
Yeah, we got it. We're there.
Great.
Oh, look at that.
Amazing. So, do you want to start from the bottom to the top or let's start with the top in the beginning?
Let's just start top. I think that the test server is going to be tier 10 only, really, don't you think? So, all right.
But
so
we could show some skill against tier 10s and tier 8. Okay, let's do this.
Okay, it's on. 60 TP at Gamescom. I haven't played one of these yet.
It's exciting, actually. It's motivating to sit next to, because usually when I'm streaming, I have to really focus on the gameplay if I'm alone, and it's, you know, from the beginning, your, let's say, skill goes 50% down, and I'm happy I have you, so people can watch quality content finally.
Oh, there's no pressure here. I'm a guest on your stream, so I just get to chill. You've got to carry me, right?
Yeah, no,
that's it.
No, it's fine. I can do something.
Well, this actually looks pretty good, because obviously when the test server first comes out, everybody just wants to play the new tanks. So they're playing 60 TP, 60 TP, 60 TP. But we've actually got quite a nice variety of vehicles here, so we might get a better idea of how the tank actually performs.
Definitely.
So where do you want to go?
I have reverse mouse settings.
You have a reversed mouse?
Yes.
You're playing this game in hard mode.
Oh.
That's absolutely outrageous. I just realized it's my screen. It's my screen they're seeing, so the pressure's all on me right now.
Oh, so
your
I can
hidden.
change the settings. I can change the
Don't
settings.
worry, you just saw your settings out. I did this on my stream yesterday, where the first game, I didn't have everything set up at all, and I sat up on a hill and got killed instantly. So that was a great way to start Gamescom. So, you know, we can easily build upon it. We've got nothing to lose, right?
And it happens to me all the time, actually, because usually people for the streams or on streaming PCs, you have full details. I don't use grass in sniper mode because I cannot see over ridges. I cannot get used to it.
See, I was twiddling my thumbs over here, and I had enough time to remove grass in sniper mode and stuff like that, so we've done pretty okay.
Do you want to take hill?
I think we should deny them the hill at the beginning, and then if they don't push the hill, we should probably make our way down the east and see what we can do. So check out this 60 TP. Definitely has like a Soviet influence, but it definitely feels like it's a novel vehicle within its own right.
Actually, I was talking to Paul Barnett about this one, and I feel like they are a combination of Russian, like IS line, IS-3 and higher, and M103, these turrets, if you look at it.
That's a good call. All right, so I guess we've got to take it to the enemy team here. Looks like their FV405 has pulled back, so I'm going to try and take this opportunity to make it up onto the hill. Hopefully I'm not going to die instantly. Oh, the first shot is a whiff.
Oh, I'm getting...
Luckily, I'm going to make it up. I bounce a shell, I take a shell. Got tracked. I'm not going to reload in time. That guy's got the reload advantage on me. Oh, just need to do one setting myself. Apologies for this.
But I need to get rid of this medium tank on the island because he's keeping me in a pickle. I need to retrieve a bit.
You just relax down there. We got some time. There's no pressure on us.
Okay, good. Oh,
you and me
I actually want to steal some damage from this FV.
Oh yeah, you're going to do that?
Nice. Yes.
Oh, nice shot. 677 damage. That's a great way to start this game. Okay, so this tank has a horrific lower plate, so I'm going to try and side scrape out around the corner. Going to try and find a shell for the 5A. Don't find the 5A, but the 277 comes out. He puts one round into me, but 790 damage is a decent trade there. I'll take that trade any day in a tank like this. We're packing 2,600 hit points, right?
Yes.
So you don't mind trading in a vehicle like this?
Yes, definitely. With this, you don't have to be worried. It's not mouse level, but it's still very decent for this tank.
Yeah.
Poo.
Test server.
I am very blocked by this pattern.
Okay.
I think this 277 is showing me side turret. And that's another issue I have with the grass in sniper mode. I'm not sure if they can see me or not.
Oh yes, that pattern's not very well anymore. Here comes the 277.
Guys.
Oh, your computer's been turned off.
Yes. They are not making it easier for me, guys. You are not making it easier at all.
No, this was me earlier. I was behind your computer messing with all your cables because I didn't want you to show me up, right? You definitely are playing this on hard mode.
I'm gonna kill this 27. No, I'm not gonna kill it. I have percent. Oh, gun depth.
Now you know when you're streaming and people are telling you to do stupid stuff on stream, right? So they're saying, hey, turn your UI off, turn all of this off, turn all of this off. But I've never heard of you turning off your monitor and trying to continue to play. So you've definitely taken it to a new level.
It's pure skill then. It's like pure skill.
All skill.
It's 7-1.
I think we're winning this one.
Huge use here. Oh, we could actually...
Finally, I get revenge on that guy who's been messing with me all game.
This 277 down here. We should initiate a bit.
Oh, you're going in.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to have to support. Oh, you don't need support because you shut him down pretty hard.
And let's farm some damage in the end.
Nice, 1 kill apiece, a good game.
So far not bad. I had only one shot which dropped to the ground. I have to say, still the same feeling. I like the tank.
It is a good vehicle, isn't it?
It's, for me, to be honest, it's a bit slow because I'm used to play up.
You like fast tanks? You're more of a medium player.
I hope it was not my screen. Yeah, I am medium light player most of the time. I'm happy that my screen was not there because I failed horribly with Type 5 from behind. But good game.
That's the 60p TP. I enjoy this vehicle. I'm very much looking forward to it. Probably going to hit the live server in the next few weeks when you think about it, because we've had the test server for a couple of weeks now.
And we know how it goes usually. There's a first stage, there's a second stage, and you can kind of guess when it's gonna come. It's the best part.
So when the patch arrives, are you going to instantly start grinding? Are you going to get in there?
No,
or are you going to
I have my pre-experience ready because I usually go for I go the other way. I go for tier 10 and then lower.
Okay.
Because I want to enjoy the tier 10 first, and then I go.
You have the privilege of being a wargaming employee, so you get a little bit of gold every day, don't you?
I was doing it as a regular player also because I was not scared of this. Decent game.
So we didn't do too bad. That was a pretty good game. There was a guy in an Object 140 who showed us up a little bit, but it was still pretty decent.
Yes, it was pretty decent.
So what do you fancy playing now?
You were better because you managed to at least deal more damage than your HP, but...
I just got lucky, man. It was all luck, no skill.
Let's go tier 9 then.
Tier 9, okay. I've actually not played this one at all, so we're going to have to figure out what the 50 TP is all about. Okay. Oh, I remember actually.
It is actually bigger brother of 50 TP prototype. You can. It's different. It's slightly different, but the feeling is the feeling is there. The silhouette is not that low, but it's good if you go from 50 TP prototype to 50 TP. It's not bad jump. It's not something big that you would have to get used to. Completely new tank.
Yeah.
It's a bit different, but.
You can't really go wrong with 560 alpha damage at tier 9 though, can you?
As I told you, it's bigger alpha damage, that's why I love pattern. I love 30B, like for me higher alpha starts at 390 plus, so basically this is the best for me, and that's why I'm so happy we added object for 30U.
Yeah.
Because the alpha damage is, for me, it's the point.
Yeah.
Not the Jagdpanzer alpha, but.
Do you remember what the gun depression is like on this vehicle? Isn't it like 8 degrees or something?
It's not bad yet. It's exactly 8 degrees.
So you've got everything that you need. You've got the gun depression to work a ridgeline. Yes. You've got the alpha damage to outtrade pretty much anything that has that kind of gun depression. This thing's going to be a bit of a ridgeline warrior, I think.
We will see. I was actually when we are talking about the Polish tanks, there's quite a lot of really good hull-down tanks. Thanks to eight with these turrets, mix of Russian, American, let's say, and the gun depression.
Yeah.
I don't know where to push.
We could just go through the town and have a go at
We
them.
could go very crazy.
Remember,
Let's do
we're-
something crazy. It's
Yeah,
test.
I think we
It's
have
test.
to.
Let's push.
I
Let's
think we'll
push it up all the way up here, like behind, on the top of on the top
Sure.
to this position to get crossfire. But
Okay. What about if we
I'm
just?
not sure about it.
What about if we just like charged right down on this corner here?
Why not? Why
Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to ping here so our friends help us.
not? I'm pressing double R and let
Yeah.
go.
Okay. Double R it is.
Show me the way, QB. Show me
Okay.
the way.
Well, we'll see. We'll have to see what those artillery are going to do. You know.
Yeah.
Luckily.
We have two.
Luckily, I'm not on my personal account, so
Yeah.
I might get a few less artillery
Yeah,
shells
exactly.
hitting
But
me.
we have something which starts with VG, so
So they get 500 gold if they kill us. Is that the way it works on the
it
test
doesn't
server?
work like that. But some people, they still think it works and they do it.
Well, I'm already creating a traffic jam as we roll out of the spawn. So
Yes. I'm gonna pre-aim
awesome.
in the open field.
Yeah, let's hope that Bat Chatillon out on the west is going to be able to get some good vision for us, because if he does, we should be A-okay.
Yeah, we should be super okay here, actually.
I like this. Tier 9 tanks on a test server playing aggressively.
Oh, spotted.
You got spotted?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, hello.
Well, there he is. Is he ready
I
for
bounced.
the? Is he ready for the double tap?
One out.
Okay, I'll come.
I'll try to
I'll
get
come
more
back
out
you up.
of him.
Okay, I know where the first artillery is. He's sitting back here.
Oh, I was too slow. Oh.
That's okay. It's okay.
T95. No
Let's-
bueno. I will try to side scrape him out
Yeah.
of curiosity.
Okay, cool. Ooh,
He
no.
penetrated.
Gotta
It
watch
was
out.
actually not him.
We're going to have our Bat Chatillon push down the west. I'll
Oh.
see if I can help you with the 75.
Yes.
Oh, never mind.
Ooh. I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
side scrape
distracted
the
him.
Bachat. I will get the shots out of him.
There's one for you. Oh, good effort.
Oh, I didn't have reload time on him.
This Bat Chat needs to advance
Oh,
for us.
Arti.
Oh, no.
Oh. He should have one more.
Oh, I sniped
Yeah.
his Capola. And he sniped mine. Oh, is that
I don't
T95
see.
coming at us?
This
Okay,
This is
watch out,
exactly what-
T95. Shoot
oh,
the outside track. Shoot the outside track.
Yes.
You got him?
Yes.
Okay,
He's
I'll wait
track-
for him to
Can
repair.
you double track him?
Yeah.
He's coming.
No.
Good.
Okay, we'll take it in turns. We'll take it in turns to shoot the outside track.
Yes.
Do you want to try and reverse so this WT can help?
I will retrack him. You can shoot him for the damage. I will retrack him. Okay. Oh.
Okay, the Conqueror hit me pretty hard over the hill. Our Batchat isn't advancing. Oh, I had a shot on the Batchat, but I didn't take it. Oh, nice. Our Batchat's losing the the enemy Batchat's losing
But
the
this
health.
should be super easy to win for our team because we are holding.
Oh, man, we're getting sniped by
yes.
8 G rounds right now. Uh-oh, here comes
cover
the
you.
E75.
Oh,
One through the
I
lower
bounced.
plate, but I'm down. No, the Batchat got us. But they're all dying for it, so it's
Yes.
worth it.
I can actually try to think about something. Here I
Yeah,
can
use my
your
wreck
corpse,
to keep
yes.
you alive. Yeah.
Da-da-da.
You got it. Oh.
I'm gonna do one thing after this battle. I need to switch off these grass in a sniper mode.
yeah.
That's exactly what I was talking about in the beginning of the stream. I cannot aim.
Good effort, though. We tried to push through an aggressive flank. It's just a shame that our Bat Chatillon out on the side didn't really try and advance around, but he's got a nice vantage point here now anyway. All right, so we're going to play another one?
I think. Yes, let's do it. We should have time.
So do you want to show off a different tier, or do you want to jump back up to tier 10? What do you want to do?
Let's do tier 8
Okay.
against tier 10s.
Tier 8 against tier 10s it is.
Wow.
So we're going to be playing the premium vehicle or the tier 8? I kind of
It's up to
fancy...
you. We can actually show both
Yeah.
of them if you
I'd
want.
like
I can take prototype. You can take Markovskiego.
I'm going to try this this 53 TB. This thing looks funky. Looks a bit like a VK4502A.
Yeah. For me, it's combination. It looks a bit like this is a bit like Sherman, the front play. The turret is again M103 combined with IS3. I like how they look actually, these things. Oh, and I should press the battle button.
Well, that's it. There's no backing down now.
Yes. Let's see. Maybe we're gonna have tier 6 battles.
Yeah, right. On a test server?
Yeah, some guys were waiting for tier 6 battles for 5 minutes, and now they're gonna get us.
I think there's more chance of Serb appearing behind the computers and giving me a chieftain on my account. More chance of that. Yeah. A chieftain, you know? That
I don't know what's the chance. I'm not thinking about chieftain, what I'm thinking about.
that would be winning the lottery for me.
Okay, it's not bad. This is good
Yeah, this
matchmaking.
could work.
I was expecting. They have one RT, which is actually. I realized that having RT in tier 8 game when you are tier 10 game when you are tier 8 is better because it means one less tier 10 tech. Because the difference between tier 8 and tier 10 artillery, it's not. Actually,
That's
tier
true.
8 artillery can be a bit more annoying because of the shorter reload.
As long as your tier 10 tanks are good. And we can help them be good, because that's the best thing to do when you're a tier 8 in a tier 10 game, is to help your tier 10s to dominate.
We could actually try.
I think we should go up north and try and push it.
Yes, definitely.
Let's go on a magical, mystical Polish tour of the north parts of Karelia.
Oh.
Sorry, this keyboard, I'm not used to it. I'm actually starting by pressing the F key.
See, this is it, guys, and I'm telling you all the time during the streams, I'm not playing with my keyboard, I'm not playing with my mouse, and usually I don't have this amazing setup, so pardon my skill.
Well, I accidentally started the battle going backwards there, so you're definitely right. If I start the battle going backwards, that's not a good sign.
You can see the main difference already, or one of the differences. Slowpoke.
So I think this vehicle is like an IS-3 that ate all of the Pelmini. I think that's what it is.
It looks a bit like Skoda, actually.
Yeah, almost like a Chinese 110 that doesn't have the pike nose.
Yeah, a bit. With a Sherman frontal plate.
Yeah. Looks awesome.
Ooh.
You're looking at the back of the tank.
Yes.
The extra wheels stuck on the back.
Yes.
Huh. Okay, well, we've got a French medium tank that's going to be our bit of our canary at the front.
Most of the dangerous tanks, they are on the other side. Except for FV, I expect him somewhere here. So we should be safe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the speed is a bit different, you can see. You are a bit forward already.
Yeah, you're right, actually. It's interesting that you play the 53 TP and then you play the 50 TP at tier 9.
I had this amazing opportunity usually when because I was in Minsk in a development team, and I had opportunities playing these tanks in super early prototypes.
Oh wow, awesome.
No, it's more Italians than Polish, but it's awesome experience.
Yeah, it's lovely to see that kind of hype.
And then you see it on a live server and you are like, wow, this is nice.
Okay, well, it doesn't look like the enemies are actually protecting their base, which is a pretty silly thing to do when you think about it.
But the T-49 will lure them. We could actually try to get some positions where we can just cover him.
Yeah, you see them all coming back now, though.
Yeah. We can actually get hull down here if we get there on a time, but I doubt a bit.
Wow, we'll have to see how my vehicle does upslope. Seems to be fairly quick.
You might get there. I'm not gonna make it most likely.
I think you've got the prettier tank, though. You know, so while we're going to get there first, I think you're going to get there in style.
I'm pretty fast. It's fine.
Yeah.
He's gonna cap. I bet he's gonna cap. It would be interesting game. We showed that your tank is faster and mine is slower.
Sure.
So far, and it's 6-4.
Oh, E50 coming up. Well, there's KV4 below us. Are we going to be able to pen his turret? We do! Wow, 400 damage as well.
I need to check.
Oh, this is packing a 122mm with 420 damage. I can't think of a gun in the game that does 420, can you?
Sorry?
I can't think of a gun in the game that does 420 alpha damage. I think that's a novel gun.
Yes, let's eat that E50. I'll take the next rock over here behind Mr. CDC.
Gonna try and get him in the turret.
He got deleted. Poor guy, he got deleted. Oh. AMX CDC. He's not happy, puppy, right now. I'm telling you, he's not happy. Oh, I missed. Is he still brave and side scraping? No, he's he's trying to flank.
The
Okay.
E50 didn't like me shooting him in the turret.
Okay, I'll try ISU. Oh, he shot. Oh, there's the E50.
I just had to look down to make sure I wasn't firing freebie rounds here, because every single one of these shells is going in right now. So either I'm getting exceedingly lucky, or...
Oh, I got it. Ah, there's Object 704 in front of us.
There's a T-44 using 122mm. Oh, there's an Object 704. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Oh, God!
Oh, no, details again. Ow. Whoa.
Oh, this game's going to be close. Oh, God, buddy.
Oh, I got deleted.
Oh, no, you left me by myself.
I'm gonna change my settings really fast because...
I'm going to have to bounce this 704 and then shoot him twice. Oh, that's me deleted. E50's going to try and come around the rock. I have to bait him round. Hopefully I get a ricochet. Oh, I might be able to get his front wheel. I might be able to get his front wheel. Who do I go for?
Nice. And now
from
that
the
was
side.
scary, for he appeared from nowhere.
He got me. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to take this battle down.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but this is happening more and more on this map. Actually, I think it's like a meta. Team on the southern side, they don't care about this 1-2 line.
That's true.
Did you encounter?
No. I feel that as well. I think you're right. And I think the team that eventually pushes on towards the enemy's base is usually the one who takes this map down. And we put our team in with a chance here. We just got to hope that this blue Borsig manages to carry us, right? I was really happy with this round though. This tank actually felt like
a really nice round.
Its gun handling was quite comfortable. I thought that the gun handling on the tank was going to be awful, but it was actually quite nice.
I think we should have time for one more or two more games.
Let's jump back up to tier 10.
Do you want to try something else?
Okay, sure. What do you want to try?
Or Polish?
I'm happy to play Polish tanks.
Me too, actually.
Considering we're on a test server.
Tier 10. I automatically switched.
Unless these accounts have special tanks. Do these accounts have any special tanks?
Not special, actually.
Okay, well,
they've been removed. So our players, because we are basically using the same accounts as downstairs, and our players would get the tanks they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's.
So yeah, I was really impressed by the 122mm. To have 420 alpha damage and to have the good gun handling was actually delicious there. So an interesting alpha damage for Wargaming to pick as well from my perspective, because obviously IS-3 390, Defender 440, Polish 50 TP prototype is 440 as well. We know that the Chimera is going to be going into the game with 440 as the British reward, and then that one to have 420 but to have that slightly better rate of fire, it feels pretty okay, right in the middle, good alpha. Oh wow, this will be
Pilsen.
my first time on the new Pilsen.
I was checking the map already, but I still couldn't figure out position for myself. I'm so confused with mediums, with lights, because I usually get shot from angles I don't expect. That's what I don't like about new maps, but when you get used to it, it's a really nice feeling. Yeah. It's something new in a game, and it's not the stereotype. It's not there all the time.
Cool.
Something changes.
I've got an idea. Let's make our way down to this F2 area, because they've opened that up.
Okay.
So if anyone out there has played this map before, back when before it was removed from the game, or shall I say, suspended from the game so that they could bring it back with changes. Everyone will know it was quite claustrophobic. There was hardly any space for people to work around down the west and also down the east. Now they've changed it significantly so that the area that you see in between the E and the F line here is actually very open. And so there's quite a wide area for their heavies to have to traverse. And so what I found when I played this, I actually remember I played this once on the test server, and in this kind of area here, the heavies are forced to have to drive over a big open area, and if they do that, then we're going to be able to punish them, and 1,500 damage between us is going to be enough to bring down anyone, right?
I cannot wait for it.
Yeah, let's go for it. Alright, so let's try and sneak our way through here, and then we're going to go through these hangar doors.
I'm using you a bit.
Definitely a good idea. I'm just going to fire one on the move and hope for glory. Are you in?
Oh, almost, but I bounced both of them, so I'm
nice.
fine. I'm safe.
All right, so we got 8 degrees of gun depression.
I'm actually gonna go to the other side so we don't block each other.
Okay, good idea. Whatever you feel comfortable with, do it. Oh, first shell is a ricochet.
With the amount of tanks, I think we should push this. I think we should push this guy at this point. Oh, no, wait. I would be in crossfire, but I have amazing position here. I hit the ground again.
I only hit his tracks. I missed his low plate.
But this is good. This is very nice, especially if you play with platoon and you can cover both sides as we do right now.
Yeah, this position
it's really pretty.
Very strong. Oh, finally some damage. 806. So this vehicle, obviously people are going to be drawing comparisons between the 60 TP and the E100, right? Which was my first ever tier 10 tank.
E100?
Yeah,
really?
E100 was my first ever tier 10 vehicle.
I hate to say that, but honestly my first tank was E50M.
Ah, no, not that weak tank. What were you doing thinking about? No, I have to admit the E50 these days, I really don't mind it, to be honest. I play the E50M quite happily when I want to ram things. Do you love to ram things in your E50?
Yes, exactly. E50M. Object 2684, it's actually nice for ramming recently. I really enjoy it. Destroying light tanks.
Okay, here's the deal.
My side.
If this 60p misses now, if he misses, I'm going to charge him, okay? Okay, he's fired, let's go.
Oh. I'm going actually all the way around.
Yeah, we're going to go in and kill these guys.
I have 0 damage so far. I have 0 damage.
We're going to change that very quickly, buddy. Just stick with me and we got this,
yes,
okay?
I'm coming. No worries.
So they've got a raid boss at the back of the map. Do you see that mouse? He's just chilling there.
Yes. Oh, these guys.
Oh my word, they've completely changed this corridor, so you can't actually just sneak in here now.
Yes, no. I completely forgot about this corner, but we could try to push all the way under. Ah, he's actually no.
I've got the TP
I got him.
Nice. Oh, nice shot.
Good.
Okay, let's flank behind now.
Yes, let's just proceed. Yeah, Mr. Ma had a nice dinner, I bet, over there.
Oh, I can't believe I hit all the tricky shots earlier on against the lower plates, and now I get to shoot a TVP out in the open. My shells are just not going where I want them to.
This is not gonna...
Oh, double tap.
I hit the... It was pixel. It was literally one pixel
shot.
Yes.
Arta. Are you going to be able to shoot the GWE 100?
Yes, I think so.
Are you going to fire? Or are you going to shoot the T100 LT? I'll shoot the artillery there.
I tracked him only.
Oh no, my shell didn't! If that artillery hits me now, there's no justice in this world.
I'm gonna try to track this. No,
I think you have a sneaky Soviet light tank trying to run away from you.
Yes, I tracked him.
You tracked him, he's not got a repair kit.
But he's still run away.
Okay, let's go after him then. Wow, so yeah, basically this map is completely changed with how there's like a corridor now down the west and down the east.
It feels different. It feels different.
Yeah, it does feel very different.
It looks the same, not the same, but it looks similar, but it's familiar map, but the style is completely different.
Look, I think I found the goose. Oh, here we go. Say hello to my riddle friend.
Oh, hello! 805.
I'm gonna salute him and give him a bit of a ram. Oh, no, the Bosch B took it first. Okay, good stuff.
Nice game. Nice game. I didn't do much, but I was holding the flanks and
no, it was our presence
I was support.
It was our presence there.
Thank you very much, QB, for now. I'm gonna ask you to move to the studio because we are finished with the game session and we're gonna move you there.
Always my pleasure. Thank you so much for the games, man. Appreciate it, dude.
Me too.
It was lots of fun. All right.
Hello, guys.
Hello, here we are again with our live stream. As you can see, this is Sile, this is Fela, and this is an actual World of Tanks dev. Actually,
wow, thank you very much. That's the best introduction ever, I think.
This is Andrei Bietsky. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing and butchering.
Pretty good one.
Great, and this is the creative director. Am I right?
No, that's correct.
What is a creative director?
Well, you can say that this is a most important designer maybe in the game. So a big part of my job is to work together with other game designers and provide them with some sort of guidance and keep the game integral, cohesive.
Are you the Yoda?
No, far from it. But I can do sometimes some Yoda speech.
Very nice. So before we move on and we maybe discuss some hot topic of the game, let me remind players that they can actually have your questions asked live if only you put them on Twitter with the hashtag AskWalk. We might pick your questions and ask them live. So please do post away and you might see your question pop up during the live stream.
And we actually already have a couple of questions from the guys, so I'm going to be asking them later on, right?
Great.
Okay.
Ask away.
Ask away.
Let's
okay.
roll.
So now you are mine, Andre.
That sounds so ominous.
So we basically have quite a few things that we are showing here at Gamescom, right? And I wanted to talk to you mostly about those new content elements that we are putting into the game. So I think those are mostly a lot of new maps and upgraded maps. It's like coming back to the game. We are showing off the Polish tanks, which is a huge new tank line.
Hold it closer because maybe we can.
I am holding closer.
Hear you.
I'm going to hold it so close that I have to actually lower my volume there because I'm going to kill myself. Okay, so Polish tanks. I think that's probably the one big thing that is really cool for everyone who plays the game, right? Because it's a new tank line.
Yes.
And then we have something really new that we showed at Gamescom.
Yes.
This is gonna be my last topic. We are going to be talking about new light tanks, which actually have wheels, right?
Yes.
And they are French.
Yes,
But let's start from the beginning. So let's talk about maps a little bit, right? So we are showing up a lot of maps, and before I actually, as a community manager, I received a lot of questions from players. When are we going to introduce new maps? When are we going to bring back the old maps reworked for the new 1.0 HD structure?
I do confirm this is actually a hot topic.
Exactly. So now we are doing it, right?
Yes, we are constantly doing it since we have shipped 1.0. So basically every patch since then we were doing something with maps, and we are planning to continue to do something with maps until we will more or less bring everything people loved. Maybe not Camarine, maybe not like really old stuff, but everything more or less modern back to the game.
Okay, that sounds cool. So can you maybe give us an impression, because I remember that I heard you guys talk at some point, it was probably an internal thing, about how difficult it actually is to make a map into HD. So can you maybe tell us a little bit about the process of how we're making maps?
Well, there are two stories to that. First one is how complicated it is to remake a map into HD, and another one is how to make a new map in HD. So I'll start with the second one because it's a little bit easier this way. When we are making a new map, we basically start with we call it a gray box prototype. So it's sort of shapes without any textures, without any identification of what kind of object is it. It's literally lots of gray boxes. Sometimes they also can be red or blue if we through that are trying to say that this is something very important, or this is going to be something really big and really visible. So once this very early gameplay blueprint is created and we play on it a little bit, and we generally are happy, we're passing it to guys, we call it level art department. So their job is to take the context, like we are going to make a Polish map, and this is going to be a map themed around Studzianka, for example. So and we will provide some reference. Sometimes we're sending guys to do photos and stuff like that, to do photogrammetry with textures. So they're building a visual outlook of that map. And roughly mid their process, is it a good time for us to start passing it to super test and getting a live feedback? Because on a gray box you have to imagine too much, and we are trying not to share this maps with public at all, because it's very easy to imagine something that is not there at all. So once people play, people share their thoughts. We're fixing sometimes we're doing several versions. because we already have this asset. So we have this houses or trees for this, geography or whatever, terrain bits and pieces, and so on and so forth. Once we are happy with that part, so it is okay, right? We are ordering these high-fidelity objects to be created and finalized. And as the last part of the process, we call it supervisors, are doing lighting. So this is a very, very last pass. Their objective is to create a very visible environment, as visible as the settings allows. So people will be able to identify different objects to see where they should go, shouldn't go, is it up or down, something like that, because in real life it's not always very clear, right? So if we are changing the map, it's very similar. However, we do have a very, very good gameplay prototype already, right? So we are much quicker in moving into let's change all the objects on the map into high fidelity. However, there are two tricks in here. First one, it is sometimes impossible to replace a low fidelity object with a high fidelity object of the same shape exactly, right? We are trying to keep it very close, but sometimes it is not really possible. Especially it's complicated with the vegetation, with bushes and trees.
But to be clear about this, is it actually like an automatic process, or is it something that you do manually?
It's basically all manual. So a script.
But that is an amazing work, though, because like I have to chime in to make a note here, because that one of the coolest things that I saw when we turned to 1.0 was actually the behavior of the bushes. Because now if you stumble in an actual bush, there are like, it's not like the entire bush is moving, like pieces of the bush are moving with each other, and that was so realistic. I was impressed. That was such good work.
But that's actually automatic, of course. I mean, once we create a bush, it's a special effect that is attached to the object. So once something interacts with it, the special effect is being executed. So we do a pass of how to replace. However, after that, you have to go and manually check everything, because as I said, there is no exact match. Things are changing. They're not really looking exactly like that. We have to find ways how to present slopes, let's say, because if it's a rocky slope, previously we were just putting polygons and some texture and it was okay, wacky, but you can imagine it's a rock, let's say. Right now it's a really looking rock, so its shape is very different.
It's adding additional angles to it and everything like that, right?
Yes, because it is technologically it is glued to a real slope, so slope will be different, and then there will be an object that was never there.
And it just sounds like a crazy amount of work, right? Can you give us like a figure, maybe just a guesstimation of how many man-hours it actually takes?
If I'm correct, it's about 90 man-month per map.
Okay.
So it's pretty long. It's pretty long.
And this is for the easy part, as in coming up with a new map. Yes. Actually requires that much.
A new one is a little bit faster, because we don't have to try to replicate that particular experience, so there are less errors, let's say, with placing objects. So we place them this way, and this is how it works, right? And in the old map, and we have these issues after 1.0, right? We place some object, it's model and collision model that is used for physics, for determine shell trajectory. They are not exactly matching, right? And they are not matching exactly with what we had before. So now we have to try and identify all these cases, and there are literally millions of those per map. So we had this special tool that was checking all major lines of fire, and this was our way to ensure that absolute majority of trajectories for firing and spotting are still in place. Sometimes we were doing some compromises sometimes, but generally speaking, we were trying to keep them as close as it was possible.
It actually it sounds like like forgery a little bit, right?
Yes, somewhat.
So this actually explains that, you know, when a player complains that I don't know where my shot went, but what happened? Is it lagging? No, maybe it's a problem of a line of fire.
Yeah, and that means, for example, that it's called rigid body, that is determining the collision, went off by 2 centimeters. somewhere in 1 square kilometer of space. So we're trying to identify those, catch them and fix them based on players' feedback. Of course, it will take some time. By the way, you spoke about forgery. We had this forgery pass with the physics. If you remember, a few years ago, we were changing physics, and any person who was toying with game physics will say you that it's very, very hard to have two different pieces of code that are working in the same way. So we were really doing black magic in order to keep tanks with the new physics feel roughly the same as they were felt with the older version of code, physics code.
World of Tanks developers, actual wizards.
Let's talk about the actual maps a little bit, right? Because we have quite a few of them coming with the new updates.
I think 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 2 new and 3 fixed.
Let's talk about maybe like the most obvious one, which is the Polish map. I'm going to probably butcher the name, I'm so sorry about that.
I can pronounce it.
Studzianki, yes.
Studzianki.
I'm not Polish myself, but I tried my best.
I was trying to teach myself. Several Polish co-workers tried to teach me, but well, you know.
I can speak Ukrainian, so it's sometimes might be very close to Polish. So sometimes I can probably do a pretty decent job with Polish.
So can you tell us a little bit about this map? Like how is it going to be? What was the process for this one?
Well, as I said, the process is roughly the same. The interesting bit about Studzianki was this is a very important place for our Polish players, and this is like, you know, some villages near Prochorovka where historical fans are basically, you knowing it by heart to each square centimeter, because like this is almost a holy site, you know.
The full name was Studzianki Pancerne, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yes. So it's a site of the very big battle of Polish forces and Soviet forces versus German forces. So it's very important for Poland as a country in general. So that's why once we started, we called it Studzianki, and our first test went way off. So our players said, no, this is not Studzianki. The church is completely different. Like it does not look like the real one, and that house is not in the right place. Like, okay, we got it. So our first call was, let's call it somehow differently. Let's not call it Studzianki whatsoever, because this is opening a can of very dangerous worms, right? And once we were toying with that, and at some point we realized, no, this is really important to keep the name. So, and at the same time, we cannot keep the place intact. So we started to call it, it's Studzianki themed now. Okay. This is how it went.
The Studziankish.
It's actually a really interesting topic as well, because we have the maps and they are historical, they're actual places, but they also have to work. They have to have gameplay, right?
Yep.
So that's basically like this struggle between gameplay and historicity.
It's very often a compromise anyway, because you have to keep those points of interest, like important objects, there to make the place recognizable. Or sometimes the overall geography of the place is like D-Day map, right? We have this. Everybody hates that ravine, a bitch line where, and I have been there multiple times myself, and people are like, do not go there, idiots.
Where heavy tanks die, right?
Yes, and we were considering at some point maybe to put it to Outland, but this is sort of destroy the whole idea of being a D-Day. Like a D-Day without a shore, well, not really a D-Day.
Having a D-Day map without the shore, with the closed shore, like on the horizon, that would have been kind of. Is it a D-Day map?
No.
It's a bit lame, right?
No, we can call it like Cannes or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's France, right? It's okay. Actually, that brings us to the Minsk map as well, because we're also introducing that, and I know that that's really cool thing for the developers, right? Because that's where World of Tanks is being developed.
Yeah, it's a hometown for dev team, right? But we are working with multiple teams spread over several countries, but this is a core team home. So yes, it was very important to keep it. And Minsk is very, very bad town for a map. Like. That's why many years ago we tried and killed it. Like, I mean, literally, Minsk was very badly damaged during World War II. It was stormed 2 times, just like few other big cities, like Kiev, for example, too, and mainly destroy it. Like post-war photos, it's not a town; it's basically a ruin with pieces. So once it was started to be rebuilt, there was a big effort first to make it one of the symbols. So Minsk is a city with super wide streets, a big line of sights, very, very impressive. And at the same time, it's quite well suited for fighting again. Just, you know, in case there's paranoid times.
Just in case they come back, we gotta be ready.
Yes. I lived and was born in a city like that in Kiev, and there's a crazy bit. Like, we have 3 bridges over Dnieper, and there's a goddamn traffic jam every morning. It's crazy because somebody someday decided in a military headquarters that we have to have these 3 bridges in order to defend them really well. So for Minsk, it's sort of the same. There is a Svislach river. It's not wide, but it's quite intricate by a bank side. So it was made even more intricate. So everybody will have a really hard time. Lots of flanking fire positions. There's big streets, hide lots of hidden courtyards. Where, you know, it's a good place for ambushing, for placing some artillery or mortars or something like that. So it's a very hard place to make a good map out of it. So we tried hard. I hope we succeeded. I hope it will be interesting to play. And of course, in case we will figure out some sort of disbalance or issues, we will try to attend it with a high priority, because again, it's a hometown map.
Okay. So we've actually created World of Tanks hard mode with this map.
Okay.
So also,
hopefully no.
I also need to chime in again, because I am kind of disappointed, because I'm like, okay, we're putting the Minsk map, we have an office in Minsk, I will be able to find the Minsk office on the Minsk map. And actually that's not true, because the office is actually on Ensk. And I'm so disappointed.
You can't have everything, Sile, unfortunately. You can't have everything.
Well, our office, like if you talk geography, our office is situated in an industrial part. It's not very beautiful to be presented. It's like, you know, those not super new factories and lots of fences and some railroads. And there is this big shiny wargaming building. And we have those bad jokes sometimes, like, you know, if somebody is standing on the balcony and said, oh, if I will work badly here, I probably will have to work there.
So that means that basically we have this really cool city map, which is Minsk. We have a map for the new Polish tanks to fight on, which is the Polish
Studzianki.
I'm not going to get that right. That one. And then we also have a new one, which is completely different, right? It's this new Asian map. A lot of people on the EU forums are actually asking for a new Asian map. This is the Grand Wall. It has different names at this point, right? I think.
Yeah, I actually quite confused myself with those names too. So we are trying this one too, yes.
And that also looks really cool, because I think we actually took out a lot of the Asian maps at one point because of balance reasons. And now we will have this one at least to fight on with Asian
We will
vehicles.
slowly try to rebuild the game's presence in that region, because we want to keep those maps present. Yes, and it's a great wall map. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So, you know, guys, if you wanted to have Asian maps, you can actually try this one. And then we are also reworking a lot of maps these days, right? We are going to have Highway, we are going to have Pilsen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Pilsen is a big rework. Others is more or less like Fexes here and there, but Pilsen is a quite big rework. We made it bigger by the area. I think it's significant increase, because it was about 1.6 square kilometers and went to, I'm sorry, 0.64 square kilometers and went to 1 square kilometer. So it's close to double. It's like 35 persons, right? So 6 person plus. And it's a very interesting rework. We kept it in our pockets for a while, because we started to work on it, I think, back in spring 2017, I believe so.
By the way, guys, our video team is showing you these maps in the background sometimes, but if you want to check them out, you can also go to the portal. There are several articles with the videos. And by the way, I also have a map that I really like that is returning, which is, what was it? Bite Park. I barely play it because it's so rare for me because the way that I play the game with the vehicles. But I really liked it, and now we are remaking it into HD as well, right?
Excuse me?
We are remaking Bite Park as well into HD, but it's mostly the same, but it looks much better, right?
That's the point of remaking them into HD, right?
It's nice because I really like having new maps in the game, honestly. For me, that's probably one of the best things because I've been a long-time player. Okay, let's talk about Polish tanks a little bit.
No, but wait, I have actually a question about the maps.
Oh, okay.
Since you described that it's a very long and hard process of sweating and bleeding, basically, in terms of effort, and as a creative director, which one was the favorite map, like in terms of process, that was, you know, the easiest, least problematic? Was there a least problematic one that you were very satisfied? It was like, okay, we did this and it works just as it is. Did you ever have one moment like this?
I actually think, for me, maybe it was Himmelsdorf, but the most favorite one will be the very first one. We made Monastery. So the Monastery was, HD Monastery was the very first map we made. And it was kind of, you know, not really a ninja development, what we call it, but it was a background project. It wasn't super important. It was like a render team's toy. They were trying stuff. At some point, they go, oh, guys, by the way, we have something to show you. Like, oh, okay, fine. I have a few minutes. They called us
basically,
and showed.
you bamboozled them.
Yes, and it was, oh. And I remember when we introduced to HQ the Vector, and like, look what we got, and he said, okay, can you remake everything in 3 months? And like, no.
Maybe not. Okay. Let's move on to the Polish tanks.
Let's move on to the Polish tanks. I think we also are joined, you guys can see, not only Kajczak in the background, we also have Paul Barnett, our game director, playing with him. So if you're wondering who those guys are, we're having so much fun there with those light tanks. That's them. And maybe our video guys can actually let us talk to them a little bit as well if they want to chime in, just in case. Because we are going to talk about something that I think that both you and Paul are really interested in, which is the Polish tanks, right?
Yes.
So can you maybe talk a little bit about the background of how we introduced them? What was the process like? How was it difficult? Because I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, but it was indeed, because basically before World War II, it wasn't that many tanks that actually were built. There were some interesting projects, but most of them never hit production, and just few had any prototyping stages. And those who did were destroyed. The prototypes were in fact destroyed in 1939 when German and Soviet forces invaded Poland from two directions. So during World War II, obviously, there were no Polish tanks, and past World War II, when Soviet Union incorporated Poland into Warsaw Pact, it was Soviet tanks. And just some projects that students of engineering and tanks building were building, or some existing engineers were building, because Poland was doing their own modification of Soviet vehicles. They had production power to do stuff, but they were not really allowed to experiment with that. To keep, like NATO countries were trying to keep standards, just the same way Warsaw Pact was doing this kind of policy, applying this kind of policy. So we had to first find this really existing tanks, because they are also very important for Poland, for Polish players. Then recover as much as we can. Then try to address those people who were potentially doing something, and try to get from them what they have to share, if they're willing to share, so convince them, back them, pay them, do whatever, in order to get this information from them. And based on those pieces, our own historical accuracy team was trying to recover how the vehicle could look like if it ever hit the production stage. Because we have in our department, we have several people who are actually capable of building tanks. I mean, they do know, yes. They were,
virtually or like physically?
They have education and experience that allowing them to work in a real tank factory and do real blueprints and stuff like that. So they were
I didn't know that.
They were trying to do a calculation. So like and there are a lot of maths being applied to how many wells, what kind of track is being there, how freely it moves and stuff like that. Where is the engine? How it has been connected with everything? Is there enough vents and stuff like that? So it's a really kind of scientific process they're doing here. And as a result, I think we got a really interesting line. It's sort of not our super standard lines where we try to keep the gameplay as linear as possible, so evolving, because it's in this particular case you cannot do that. So we are moving from really existing light tanks into projected medium tanks into those fan projects by the real-time builders of heavy tanks. The main feature of the Polish line is being a high alpha vehicles that could trade really well, and slowly they built up their capacity to take fire and tank. So this is the logic of the line, and this is how we were trying to build it.
I see. So it's like, my experience was that even though it's kind of different, because we have light tanks, medium tanks, and then heavies, the medium tanks are kind of like heavy mediums.
Yeah, right? They're slowly going like lights, lighty mediums, medium-ish lights, mediums,
so you have this
mediums,
curve,
heavy,
right?
yeah, sort of this experience curve.
It's actually really cool because even like starting at tier 6, I think we already start to see this high alpha damage. And even though they are not the fastest, they can actually have good ground depression.
Yes, they're really good in this particular domain.
I have to be honest, I tried out the lower tier ones only a couple of times because on the public test it's much easier to try out the higher level ones. But the tier 10 is awesome.
Yes, it is really good. I hope, like, so far, based on our observations, it's not overpowered. It's quite strong vehicle, but it's not something people will, I hope people will not complain it.
Yeah, because basically I already saw a lot of scared comments of people that actually got and tried the 50 TP, and they are already convinced that, you know, okay, it's the Polish Defender. And I think it's a kind of an exaggerated claim, because I did try it and I had a sad experience. Probably the only person that had a sad experience.
My favorite comment was from the Polish comments that we saw on the forums, is that unfortunately these tanks are not OP. How come? Because these are Polish tanks and they should be, you know?
No, you know,
should they be scared actually of the
This is a sort of player's bias. We see it a lot when I know that our European and US community are often saying, oh, Russian tanks are OP. Our Russian community is saying, what are you doing? Why Russian tanks suck so much?
That's natural.
Yes.
I want the Hungarian tanks to be the most OP ones. Those two that we have in the game. Actually, I think I saw a couple of comments on Twitter asking about when we are going to introduce new nations. Is Hungary coming at some point, Andre?
Well, not before we will rework how the tree is being built, because for our players with lower configurations and lower monitor resolutions, we used all possible space. So tank tree is basically vertically taken all space and horizontally you have a big scroll. So
it's a really nice problem to have, actually.
Sort of, yes. On the other side, there is a quite intricate piece of code that is built in those trees automatically. So we feed data, and this thing does work. So it is very hard to change it without really getting deep and unplugging everything and reworking everything too.
So I should basically just be glad that we introduced the Italian tanks in time. Actually,
we had it in plan, and we haven't planned this big rework, so it's inevitable.
Also, are there other Italian tanks coming, like anytime in the future? Because I get a lot of reports from players that would like to see, you know, SPGs lines and other kinds of tanks.
Well, you know, speaking particularly about SPG lines, we are very, very careful with adding those, because, like, come on, guys, we know all of us know commentaries, right, about SPGs, and a big love. Lots of our players feel towards SPGs and SPG players. So.
Sorry.
I actually am an SPG player and I do love SPGs.
Yeah,
so
she is.
That's a biased question, sorry.
So we have I mean, from perspective of historical research, we indeed have lots of tanks in stock that we can went into. So we are looking into British light tanks branch. It doesn't mean that it is coming anytime like soon, like tomorrow, next patch, no way. But we are, at least we are investigating. We are doing this preliminary work on how they were built, what's about them. Can we find a new interesting mechanic around them, like we did, for example, for Italian 3 or for Swedish tank destroyers, etc. Because we love right now to find this kind of interesting things to toy with for our players. So we're looking into Swedish light tanks. There is a Swedish RT line, there is an Italian RT line, there is something else I know that you will ask me later on about some, of surprise that we're building up right now. But effectively, as you said, how long it takes for us to build a map. Building an HD tank is also a pretty lengthy process, so we have to do lots of preparations in order not to redo this work, because on a map, like, you know, moving an object is sort of okay, but if you will have to move a hatch on this kind of a high poly model, it's a disaster. It's very often easier to redo than to move.
Okay, I can't imagine that's an easy type of work when you do the other kind of stuff. I just wanted to emphasize one point, because I think it's really important for people to know that when we are talking about, for example, the Polish line, right? And we are talking about, okay, they are not OP, but those tanks are actually right now on the public test. Once they are coming to the game, even after, we are still going to be looking at them, right? And then we are going to adjust them.
All the time, yes, all the time. So, generally speaking, we hate when we have to nerf something later on, but it doesn't mean that we will not continue to follow up, and if we will see something, we will fix it. Basically, the biggest trick in here is first few months. People who are getting new vehicles are, on average, more skilled and experienced than people who are owning older branches. So they create a distortion in the data, and we all the time have to think: is it a distortion because it's a better skill audience, or it is an actual vehicle property? So the moment we feel comfortable saying we can now split players from a vehicle itself, because we have a models, we have some automated methods, and we know by practice that when it hits the reality, it sometimes fails. Like, not all the time, but it does sometimes. So
it happens sometimes.
So when we feel that we split skill from a vehicle, we're changing a vehicle, if it is required.
The thing is that I know that we usually talk about this when we are having these Q&As, but I think it's also an important thing, because this is always coming back. People are always asking about this on the forums, and I like to have this on record so that I can quote you later on saying that yes, we are actually looking at those things. Yes, we are going to change them if needed, but first we have to make sure that they actually need to be changed, right? That's the idea here.
Yeah. I do remember we have that interview a few months ago, and then there was this wrong quote, me saying, no, we have to buff to 268/4, and oh, no. No way.
That's the nice thing about interviews, right? It's sometimes just like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so Polish tanks are coming, guys. You can try them out on the public test. You can try out the lower tiers as well, so that they can play not only the tier 10. And then they are going to come later this month, right?
Yes.
They're very close, actually, to being released.
Yes.
And you can also play them at Gamescom, by the way. Everyone is playing them around here.
I bet.
So let's talk about something else.
Sure.
Let's talk about the one really cool thing that I really like, the new tanks. The even newer tanks, the Polish tanks. Fortunately, they're not coming just yet, but we are showing off the French wheeled light tanks, right?
Yes. Yes.
So can you tell me something about those?
Well, first of all, it's a very different kind of vehicles by multiple reasons. Reason number one, wheeled physics, wheeled locomotion is very different from tracked. So for a tracked vehicle, for most of them, you can turn on spot, and this is the main advantage of a truck, right?
Yeah.
While for wheels, it is not the case at all. You have to move. So you have a turning radius. That is making a navigation a very different experience on the same map versus the same tank. Sometimes it creates enormous advantage, because if you have a small turning radius and it's just a turn of your wheels, it is very easy for you to, we are showing this movie, right, to encircle somebody, because your maneuverability is super high. However, if you have to navigate through a very intricate terrain, complex terrain, it's becoming very complex business, because you have to move to turn, and sometimes you do not have space to move. So you have to find this middle ground in between the sort of driving experience, maneuverability, where you can go, where you are at advantage, where you are at a disadvantage. So it changes the positioning quite a lot. So this is point number one. Point number two, these French vehicles are especially interesting because they had mechanics of retractable wheels. So most of them have more than 2 wheel pairs, so more than 4 wheels. So it's like 6 wheels or sometimes even 8 wheels. And they had a mechanism that allows to retract some wheels and change how you move, how your friction with the ground and your maneuverability. Or put those wheels back. So there are basically 2 modes to that. One mode is saying, I am moving really, really quickly, but I'm turning really, really badly. Okay. And another one, maybe not really, really badly, but not very good.
Not another as crispy as you would.
Like you know, a drugstore car of sort. Another one is saying, no, I'm not moving as fast anymore, but I'm very maneuverable. I have a good control. I can turn really well. And a player have to manipulate these 2 modes in order to use their advantage.
Is this a little bit like siege mode, so you have to choose between?
Sort of, yes. And another part to that is, if you destroy a track, if you destroy even one wheel in a track, you lose a track and tank basically stops or loses the ability to move in a predictable manner. It's not like that for wheeled vehicles. If you destroy a wheel in a car, it continues to be able to move. Maybe not that fast, maybe not that nice to go into a turn, however, it will not lose capacity to move. So we are toying right now with numbers, of course, but primary intention is it's a very aggressive scouts that are very, 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 very hard to stop.
Okay.
Because they have multiple wheel pairs that you have to destroy in order to make it stop. It will continue to move. It's a military-grade wheels. They're built from a solid piece of rubber. Right? I don't really know the proper term in English. I'm sorry for all the history fans in here. So they're very hard to destroy. Fragmentation, frag pieces do not capable of destroying them. It's not like your regular car, right? It's it's armed inside. It's very, very sturdy. It's very, very stable.
Like structurally solid,
yes,
basically,
it's
right?
solid structure. So probably it's called solid structure. Well, I believe.
Possibly sturdy.
Yes, and sturdy. Yes.
We are just finding out new adjectives these days.
So while being less aggressive, they're small, and that's why, but based on the game rules, their visibility range is not that high. However, as they're small and can move this in this aggressive manner and can try to unexpectedly move really quickly, they are aggressive, active scouts. They have to go close and move together with their visibility circle in order to provide this recon information. They cannot be as effective passive scouts as light tanks are. Okay. They are carrying much less weight, so much less armor, and slightly less powerful guns, but not that much less powerful. So they cannot stand their own one-on-one, let's say, with a light tank. However, where they win in flexibility of use and in the way how they navigate and move, and in fact that you cannot detrack and then annihilate it. It will escape.
It's also that also means that they are also pesky, right? So that if you are a heavy, I imagine, and this thing actually gets close to you, then it can circle you if it uses the right mode.
Probably yes, and this is. Well, I'll tell a little bit later how we're thinking of trying to go around that one, because my personal fear is they might be too pesky.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's why I'm
a
asking
little
as
bit
well.
too much, right? But
It's like a fly in a hot day, in a hot summer day. Like it's not blowing away.
Especially because you cannot stop it, right? It's not
yes, you
exactly easy.
basically cannot stop it. You cannot stop it with RT as well, because it's the same mechanism. You have to destroy lots of wheels at once, and it's easier to kill the machine than actually destroy this amount of wheels. At least in our current prototype build, it is true. And a car is doing something else that tank is incapable of doing. It's like, you know, this start, like in a races, right? When you pull you're keeping your brakes and you turn your engine
up,
yes,
kinda, right?
you turn your engine on. This is not healthy for an engine, so it will be reflected in mechanics. It will damage your engine. However, you will be able to put the brakes on and get to the higher gear, and then release the brakes, and basically like almost jump.
So that's why you're saying that it can pick up speed really fast
Yes.
and do this active scouting,
Yes,
right?
yes.
It's a lot of mechanics that we are introducing
Yes,
with this one.
they're not easy to play, so we will have some softeners too. So, for example, they will have a little bit less strict auto target lock rules, things like that, because of how mobile they are and how much people have to pay attention when they are mobile. And at the same time, think about them as about probably ultimate hunters for somebody vulnerable. So if you RT should be afraid, some tank destroyers should be afraid, because this is something that can appear behind lines basically out of nowhere. They're small, they're light tanks. So, and that's why what we are doing right now, once we will be happy with a basically set of numbers, set of mechanics, we will look for some sort of semi-public test. Probably we will go with our key players, maybe influencers, all the employers obviously, to go live with them, and then we will try to do a research to get a feedback, not only from people who are genuinely enjoying trolling everybody else, but also from people who are being victimized.
Okay, I hope that I get the chance as well.
I bet you will.
I hope so.
So a small comment, like since we're introducing something with such complicated and new and articulated mechanics, and you wouldn't, when you think of World of Tanks, you don't really imagine them on pneumatics. I would like to report a player question that I found very amusing, and that is, when are we introducing flamethrower tanks?
Oh.
I'm not sure that ever. Because
I thought that you're actually going for this other.
I was so proud of that question.
No, like in reality, maybe at some point, if we will go to the more solo PvE experience or something like that in the future, and we will do some kind of replicas of real battles, we might have an NPC guided flamethrower tanks just for.
I just pitched you next Halloween mod, didn't I?
But as you can imagine, a flamethrower is not exactly the very effective weapon to fight versus a tank.
Not against tanks.
It's scary. It's very scary. I can imagine, but it's not really damaging a tank.
Probably not so much, especially not the modern ones, right?
Or even late war tanks. Tier 1, yes, maybe.
So going back to these French tanks, so I guess we have to emphasize that this is a very early build, and we might change anything at this point, right? Based on the test.
Absolutely, but general intentions that we have now, I have shared with you, and obviously we are doing that because we are very interested in knowing the feedback, knowing what people will feel. Will they be excited? Will they be scared? Well, whatever reaction will be, and once we will do this small public test. Then, if everything will go fine, then we will go to standard routine, so they will pass through every possible task we are normally doing too, in addition to...
Let's go. Do we already have any idea about how people can get these? Like what is going to be the route they can take to actually get it? Because these are light tanks, right?
Yes.
So are we introducing them as a side?
We plan to do that, yes. we are skipping very early wheeled vehicles because they are not tanks. So it's what we are doing are wheeled tanks. They still have some armor like light tanks. They have a gun, not a machine gun. They actually have a gun. They can penetrate other tanks, maybe not from every angle, but at least from sides and back. Early wheeled vehicles, for example, the ones we had in Mark 1 fun mode for 100 years of tanks, they were not tanks at all. It's like it's an armored car, so they're very often useless against a tank at all. So they cannot
Basically,
do anything.
World of Armored quads.
This is World of Tanks, right?
Yes. So that's why we will probably not touch vehicles made in 30s, in early 40s. And this is something more like mid 40s to tier 5, 6.
So you're giving us hints. That means that someone who doesn't have the French light tanks research, this is probably a good time to start, right?
Maybe, maybe.
Fortunately for me, I already have them, so that's really cool.
That's a great time to go French.
Yes, what I'm trying to say, but guys, do not specifically a mass experience at whatever tier. I'm not saying or I'm not pinpointing to that, but this is the logic what we will use, and we will attach that tree to a light tanks tree.
Disclaimer: work in progress.
Yes,
right?
this is work in progress, and we will share as soon any results as soon as we will have them ready to be publicly presented. Now we have this small teaser, basically, and we will move on with the new stuff.
By the way, about the teaser, you guys can actually watch it on the portal, but also I think a lot of our contributors are also publishing that video because they received it and they're really excited about it, as far as I know. I'm excited
So if
about
you
it.
look around, you will be able to watch it.
Is there anything else that you can tell us about these French vehicles?
No, I think this is what we can share at the moment. No real numbers. Some models, yes, of course, but generally, yes. I think it's everything.
That's cool. So then, my suggestion is that Sahel, because you are in a really good position to ask some questions with that thing in your lap, which is actually a tablet, not only the cue cards. Because I managed to mess my list up.
Why do you reveal my secrets?
Can I ask you to take a look at the list that we have and ask a couple of questions from the players?
Of course. Let's see, I'm gonna run through them because some of them we kind of asked already, so I would not want to ask a double, so please bear with me while I check.
While you are checking and you can figure out which one you want to ask, I have one question. I hope that you can answer me. What is happening to the new game mode, you know? I'm not even mentioning the name.
You meant the Frontline?
Yes.
So I'll try to tease without too much reveals. We are very happy with how the test went. Especially we are very happy on how it went in North America and Europe and Asia. So it's much better than we expected. So we are continuing to do something on a technical side of that, because the mode we had during May holiday period, it was plagued by some technical issues. And many our players and reviewers noticed some frame rate drops, etc., that were connected to imperfections in streaming technology and the way how we do operate with a map as massive as that. We have this thing, we call it Atlas, so it's a collection of objects on a map. And a new engine is super optimized to deal with one atlas, even very, very big one. But for the first time, we were building a map that has multiple atlases because it was so huge that none of this data structure were ready to keep everything. So it was leading to a huge memory consumption. If you're playing on a nice modern PC that is like 1 or 2 years old, for you it was okay, but if you're playing an older hardware, it was very problematic. And we had a big community still playing, let's say, in 32-bit operation systems, and they were physically unable to even launch it. So before we will move on, we have to resolve these technical issues in order to bring the mode to a standard we are happy with, to the standard everything else is built according to.
Okay.
This is what we are doing right now, and obviously from what I said, you can imagine that we will bring it back at some point hopefully soon.
The front line is not forgotten, and it's not
No.
scrapped or anything like that, but we cannot give any timeline at this point, right?
No, again, this is this custom that we introduced in 2016. Do not give promises unless we have it somewhere in a code repository stored already. So we do not, so I will not promise.
I have to try,
I know.
Okay,
Very
so
good.
here you go.
So I checked, and we kind of asked most of the questions just by talking, but I do have some interesting picks, and there is one that says, can you introduce the possibility to change garage like World of Warships? Can we have a premium garage where we can showcase, for example, 5 of our favorite tanks?
I think eventually, the answer will be tricky. Eventually, yes. This is roughly where we are going. We are working on attack, doing the customization for tanks first, because our heroes are tanks, and then we'll get to a garage at some point. You probably can notice that event garages that we are offering right now, they become more and more beautiful, with more objects, with a little bit more dynamics into it. We had this big birthday garage. I'm not sure was it on all realms or only on CIS, but it had lots of characters in Minsk walking around like the park. Of course, for us it's just like first baby steps. Like, we never were toying with characters before, so everyone is like, oh, what we should do with that? Is it a tank? No, it has legs. Wow. But yeah. Anyway,
how do you animate legs? Search with Google.
Yes, something like that. But jokes aside, we are getting into more and more customizable environment. First through tanks. Once we will be done with that, we will move on. So we have it in plans.
Okay, that's cool.
It's a very strategical, I would say, plans.
I think there was also a question related to this. It's basically a premium account question. Maybe you can find the person who asked it. Was basically, are we changing premium ammo in any way in the premium accounts anytime in the future? Are we adding new stuff to it? Are we making it like more inclusive in what it gives?
So there is this anecdote that's very popular among developers in all the countries about Blizzard. So the anecdote is, when Blizzard promises something, they draw this timeline, and it's an infinite timeline. It has no beginning and no end. And then they drop a pointer and put now. And then another one about the end of times. So, and then 2 more, like soon and very soon. So we are looking into premium account, and on that time scale is coming very soon.
I like this actually. Can we implement this? Because now I can just point to it like very soon.
So I would like to ask a question. Since before you said you were very prudent in introducing new SPG lines, and actually a question is about the SPGs. Players, this is a question that is here, and it's a question that was asked many times before to us community managers. Are we going to do anything about artillery? Are we going to further limit the presence of SPG in games? Because many players are of the, they think that 3 SPGs for team is too much. Some would like to have 2, some would like to have top 1.
And some will definitely like to have 0, right?
Yes, those are the reasonable questions among the questions.
There was a very interesting debate this spring when we had a big press conference with Russian bloggers, and they also had this question. And many of them are very strong players, like much better than I. And I asked one of them, and like, oh, so do you play ranked battles a lot? Yeah, I do. I play ranked battles all the time. Top rank, week 1. Cool. Do you see too many artillery week 1 at top rank? No, basically 0. Do you see some change in the pattern, in the meta game, on how people play there when there is no artillery for a week? Well, don't you feel that there are like armored fists forming, a very big concentration of tanks on a single direction? And go, oh, indeed it is. This is because there are no artillery. So what artillery, I know that is evil. As a player, when I'm playing a tank and I'm being hit by artillery, especially if I really love a certain position, and all of a sudden, like from the skies, the big boom drops, right? I hate it too. However, it does something very important for the overall game, that making matches different and making your experience different. It does not allow you certain tanks to take certain super powerful positions for them. Like, let's say IS-7 has a very good positions across all the maps, where it effectively becomes invulnerable from two sorts of possible directions. And at the same time, it prevents armored fists from forming. In case we will remove artillery, let's say, altogether from somewhere, there will be at some point, I'm not saying immediately, so there are games without artillery, but there is a reflex that is built for thousands or hundreds of games with artillery, where people are trying to behave sort of the same way, a little bit more bravely, but sort of the same way. The moment we will get rid of artillery or severely reduce its quantity, tactics of amassing a number of guns bigger than the enemy number of guns will inevitably become the most useful tactics around. So a team that will walk into this point in a more cohesive manner, like all together, will have a huge advantage. And for ranked battles where we basically we put very high stakes on, so people are playing carefully, because losing means not only not getting experience or credits, but actually losing something.
Being demoted to
yes,
a lower grade.
Being demoted, for example, it sort of keeps that in control. But if we will go into random, where people are most interested in their progression, this will inevitably become a dominant tactics that will ruin the game. So yes, I know that it's not the explanation many people want to hear, but artillery is very important for the integrity of the game, where we use rules that allow, in certain situation, people block damage completely, so tanks through without taking hits, and where multiple hits can annihilate without a right to resurrect, annihilate a player. So in a front line, you have more freedom because we have respawn. People try stuff, and even there, people were complaining about artillery. And it's very organic because you cannot retaliate. You cannot shoot back immediately at that guy who just ruined my day, who made me use my consumable where I was trying to save it or something else, etc., etc., etc. But they are like in a real war. They are keeping fronts spread.
So basically, long story short, RT needs to make the play of the game when it's required, and basically there needs to be balance in the force.
Yes, it's you know, nobody likes police officers, right? You cannot cross a road where you feel it's very convenient for you, right? You cannot do stuff you think is okay and then others don't. But they're necessary to keep society running.
I need to have the right to go wherever I want, shoot anything, do whatever.
The thing is, I actually have a confession to make. Even though we didn't really change anything with 1.0 with the graphics, they actually made RT more palatable for me. You know why?
Really? Wow.
Because you guys actually did something really cool, and no one is commenting on it, which is strange to me, is that the visual indicator for RT became so much clearer for me. Like, I can see the enemy tanks around the corner, RT shot comes in, I can see the RT shot, it hits, I can see those tanks losing the tracks. It's like, okay, now I'm going in, right? And this, for me at least, I'm not sure for others, but it was not as clear before.
No, it wasn't. Right? Because we had the previous version of engine was not able to draw particles, let's say, quickly enough, because the shell moved really, really quickly, and in order to show this trail, you have to draw something or build up a particle system that is capable of spawning lots of particles really, really quickly and despawning them without paying a lot of price in performance. Another thing that is helping with, if you are playing artillery, is counter-battering. So trying to hunt for artillery with artillery, because this is something that can create a very huge advantage to your team.
Here's a pro tip to fight artillery. hide under something. And I'm
Doesn't
completely
work.
useless.
Okay, any other cool questions that we can ask from the guys?
Yes, there is a question that basically I have doubles, like several doubles of that question, and it's been asked like for months. We've been bombarded with these questions, so I'm sorry. I really need to ask this question: is Frontline coming back in any sort of shape of
We
kind of
just
way?
answered that. Actually.
I did.
Really? Did you?
I really did.
Yes,
did
we
you?
did.
I do apologize
You are
because.
so bombarded by the questions that you have to ask.
Can I
it
ask it? Can I ask it again, like other 4 or 5 times, so that we have,
Okay, fine.
So
I
we are
got this.
replicating the forums.
I got the strategy. Yes.
I did miss that because I was was looking into the future.
You know what? I dropped something else into it. I know that many people were afraid that we are not bringing Frontline back because it was very good for farming, but actually, from economy perspective, we were happy with that as well. So there is no intention whatsoever right now to change anything on how it worked from economical perspective. However, there will be some changes to the way how progression and leveling in Frontline works in case and when it will become more permanent standoff, because the previous version was specifically built for serving this one purpose, to be a 4 weeks long play session, an event.
So okay, now we figured out how Android works. So I ask the question first, you answer, and then Sal repeats the question. We pretend that it's actually an accident, and then you give us more information. Nice, it works.
Well, you know what? If you put a nail into my fit, I might disclose significantly more.
Well, you know that the Germans actually are very particular about what kind of content you can show in Gamescom or any other video. I'm pretty sure that would actually go over that limit. You know, it would be a bit too bloody.
Okay, but I'm happy with that. Fine, good, good.
Okay, Andre, I have one more question for you, and then don't worry, guys. We are going to have one more session with you guys, either you or Paul on Saturday, and we can have more questions. So don't forget to ask with hashtag what.
We can ask again if you're bringing Frontline back.
Actually,
like
one more
another
question
3 or
for
4 times.
Nice.
Okay, you should ask Paul now. Next time, please ask him.
Okay, no nails in the foot. I promise. Okay, one more question about premium ammo. Because we changed premium ammo in the near past, actually, right? We removed the price of gold, right?
Yes,
and people are asking us now, what is the timeline? I know that you don't like timelines. It's soon, very soon, but we are still looking into that. We are still
absolutely, yes. It was a point of removing gold price. So now we have our hands untied. We'll come in with something. So follow us up. Things are changing, and I think there will be another topic that is well tied to this one, is about hash ammunition or hash-like ammunition, especially for tanks like Type 5 Heavy, where it creates a lot of nuisance for other players. So this is all tied together. This is something that we are going to do, and we are studying right now the experience of our colleagues in console and Blitz who were toying with these numbers already. And we will look at how it worked for them. We analyze data. We will come with something really soon. This is, thankfully, this is a kind of feature that implies a little of work but a lot of thinking. So doing that, like I mean, physically doing, it's very quick. It's undoing will be very painful. So that's why we are trying to think 7 times before.
That's a very core mechanic, that if you change it and you mess it up, that might be actually really bad, right?
Absolutely, yes. Like, come on, each of us playing shooting like dozen of times or more every battle. So we have, daily we have billions of shots, right? And a portion of them, like 20% roughly, is being shot with expensive special ammunition. So we are talking about hundreds of millions of shots like that shot every now and then. So changing this means massive change to the game, enormous change to the game.
That makes sense.
And re-evaluating like of what tanks are good versus what tanks are bad, because right now, like playing something with a solid armor but without super rational angles, like I don't know, E100, let's say, right? You're afraid of being shot with gold. And at the same time, people are shooting you like almost semi-automatically. Oh, it's 100. I can shoot it right into the face. Just press 2. Right. So this is going to be a very big change, and we are very careful.
That sounds good, though.
And that is all for today for the questions to our beautiful dev that has sat through this incredible bombardment and he's going to leave this sort of interview surviving, and that's great accomplishments.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure as always.
Thank you for being
Thank you very
with
much,
us.
Andre.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys. So we are going to actually switch to Kajek, who is going to show us some gameplay, and we are going to be back with more guests. Don't go anywhere.
See you soon.
Hello guys, now it's me again. I was playing with Paul here. We are talking about Polish tanks a bit. We are showing you some maps, and now I'm enjoying. This stream too much, and I'm not focusing on gameplay. I'm trying to show you as much as I can with these Polish tanks, guys. I'm trying to do my best, but sometimes it's really hard. Let's try it. It was miss, but I'm not worried. It was a really nice push. I enjoyed it. I don't know if the camera was on my screen or if you saw our amazing Andrei and Simona and Zoltan. I will try to be really careful because this score, I'm not worried about the score that much because I should be safe with my turret, but this guy could be really painful, so let's go for him. Let's try. I'm still worried about this object. Let's see. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope we answered all the questions you were asking. I hope we helped you a bit, maybe. Oppa! Poor guy, 700. It's kind of low roll. It's actually alpha. Good. And there's a lot of stuff happening, guys. You cannot imagine. It's not that easy to concentrate at this point because Mr. Phelan decided to troll me a bit over here, but still I'm gonna try to do my best to show you these tanks and tell you why you should go for them. Basically, if you are curious what these tanks are all about, the Polish tanks, on the test server you can try the medium line, which is light, medium, heavy line, which is finished, which starts with the set of light tanks. Then we have set of medium tanks, and on a tier 7, 8, it finally starts to break down into more defined roles. Let's say right now I'm showing you the tier 9 50 TP. It's basically, as we talked about it, it's, I would say, older brother of 50 TP prototype. It's tiny bit different, but the alpha damage on the gun and in general mobility and the behavior of the tank, I would say they are really, really similar. I'm so curious, where's this Scorpion? Didn't see him for... Oh. Poor guy. Scorp has to be somewhere here. Huh? Okay. Oh. And he's dead. Okay guys, so we'll go to the next battle. I unfortunately don't have chat, so if you have any questions, you can try to ask. I will try to get the chat over here so I can answer if you want to ask anything about the Polish tanks. I played the most of them. I didn't focus on the lower tiers, to be honest, but if you have any questions about tier 8 and higher, do not hesitate to ask. Oh, escape out of excitement. How do you enjoy the stream, guys? I would like to know. Now I have the chat here. I would like to know how do you enjoy the stream. I hope really these questions were helpful. I hope you enjoyed how it goes. I hope you enjoy the view behind me, because as you can see, you can actually see our VR boot, which is such a shame, but just for you guys, see a bit of Gamescom, so you can be here with us, at least for a second. And let's go for another battle. I will take tier 10 for a change again. Not that I haven't played around 10-15 battles already, but I enjoy the tanks. honestly, as I said in the beginning of the stream, I don't enjoy slow tanks that much, but with this combination with a good hull down, I must say not bad so far. The penetration is kind of down. 250 on AP is not that much, but we have to take into consideration that Alpha 750, you don't want to really have a gun against you with 750 Alpha who can snapshot you on 400 meters without aiming. I know what you're gonna say, that it's possible if you are in a Russian tank, but these are Polish tanks. So, for me, a really good line so far. Let us know what you think, leave us your feedback. Leave us your feedback definitely on the forums, social media, wherever you find us. Leave us your feedback because it's very important for us. Oop, Evis. As you could hear from Andrei, who's a creative director, we really take care, and you can see the differences between European and CIS communities. And one thing he mentioned, which you need to take in account, that all the communities will never be happy. As a Polish guys expected Polish tanks to be OP, but they are not, in their opinion, in the end. We want to have the game balanced. So let's go. I'm gonna take this position. I hope that these FV405s are not gonna be there, because it would be kind of hard to do anything. But I'll load H. 700 Alpha. 950 Alpha, sorry, on these. Tier 10. That's why I was surprised that I low rolled so much, that I rolled only for 700 when the Alpha is 950, but then I quickly realized that I'm playing tier 9 tank. Tier 9 Polish heavy tank, so tier 9 with 950 Alpha on gun. Hello. Oppa. One more time and he's gonna be dead. Great position. I'm really curious. I wanna try this turret. Just wanna try this turret. It's not the best. As you know, we are on a test server, and it was a good trade. We are on a test server, and a lot of players, they use premium ammunition. But you can deal with that, right? Oh, fair. Let's go. I think if you really like high alpha tanks like me, high alpha tanks with some mobility and the turret, this is one of the choices. This is, I would say it's. I cannot say it like this because it might sound a bit weird. But if you like E100, this is tank for you. The mobility is not that much different, even though hard to say right now. I would have to check up. I would have to check it. What are the exact numbers? But I would say the mobility is kind of similar. Even though E100 is bigger tank, but the Polish tanks, they are really sturdy, and with these big guns you cannot give them really too many advantages. Oh, I need to go for lower plate. Yep, bounced. Oh, and I'm here with someone playing downstairs with one of our players. Can shout, "Mom, I'm in a TV." Oh, he's gonna shoot me. It doesn't matter really. Let's go for FVs. They're gonna be somewhere here. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this together. Let's get for them. I would like to see roll over 1000 with this tank into FE. It would be really pleasant, let's say. I would have this best feeling ever when you actually penetrate your HE and you high roll, right? You know what I'm talking about. Ah yeah, there's one guy. Let's see how you doing. Boys. shot. Ooh, it opens new angles for us. This is really nice. We'll kill Arti. And then, oh, it wasn't the lowest roll, but it was a nice roll. This is what I love so much about high alpha guns, guys. When you hit, you roll, and you penetrate everything at once, because it's kind of crucial. Without penetration, alpha doesn't matter, right? Okay, let's see this guy again. Oh, no, 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 no. Come, move forward. Forward, forward. Forward. Or backward. No. Oh, almost impossible hit. Good, this is not a bad game, I have to say. Not a bad game at all. Okay. Let's wait for him to shoot. And he didn't. Oh, this was nice and fast. Guys, that's it from me. From here, we are going back to the studio.
And we are back. So I was caught off guard.
Yes, I was looking at the game from Kaya, and we were kind of, you know, making fun of him secretly.
But we also have a guest, right? So
yes,
Sai, you can maybe
we do have a
introduce
guest. So it's back again with Sahel, Felon, and the Chieftain.
Hello.
That's the problem with being too enthusiastic.
Very enthusiastic is, you know, standard enthusiastic for Gamescom. We have an extra setting for this event. So
goes to 11.
If you've seen the latest weekly ops that we've released, you know that I did mention in it that we were going to have something very special at our booth here at Gamescom, and that's called the Super Tanker. What did I say about the Super Tanker? I mentioned the Super Challenge, I mentioned Super Prizes, but I didn't really mention Super Details. So maybe we can ask some Super Details now.
All right, ask away.
What's the Super Tanker?
All right, so there's three of us, myself, the Killzor, and Annihilator. And we are having a difference of opinion as to what makes a really good tanker, a super tanker. So to settle this dispute, we are taking random members of the public who are playing the games, and we literally are randomly selecting them. We're pulling them aside to the super tanker part of the booth. We're giving them some instruction in what we think is important, and then we're putting them onto the battlefield. They each play a series of 5 games. The highest win rate wins that round, and at the end of the day, of the 5 rounds,
they fight to death.
Oh, no.
Well, there was many explosions. There'll be many
virtual
explosions.
ones. Let's make this clear.
But the winner of each round, one round an hour, comes out with €100, and the winner for the day comes out with €1,000, and comes back again on Saturday, when all the winners from the previous 3 days sign it out. So today, Annihilator was doing all the coaching. Tomorrow, the Killzor will be doing all the coaching, and myself and Annihilator will be making smart comments in the background.
Yeah, so basically we can expect a lot of trolling by tomorrow.
Quite a lot. We're trying to figure out how to... Well, we want to keep it fair by not actually sabotaging them, but we don't want to make it easy either, you know, without hassle.
So is this like something like a Karate Kid kind of thing, where you guys are, okay, you do the motions and
the
everything?
Miyagi sounds.
Well, I don't know. We've been talking about maybe swapping the mouse cables for 2 machines next to each other.
Or invert the clicks of the mouse.
X-Y axis.
We actually do that in the office if someone leaves the computers, you know,
Unattended.
unlocked. Yeah, that's
You
one of my
have to
favorite
learn
moves.
it the hard way.
Yeah, no, they don't want to do
So
that.
can you give us an example of what kind of coaching you actually do? Like, what do you tell them?
Well, the first thing is we assume that they know nothing, and that they are complete neophytes at, I was going to use a different word, but I'll say neophytes, at tanks. So the first thing you want to tell them is, don't play artillery to win this game.
I like it. Nice.
So I'm basically
don't tell Andre.
automatically disqualified from this.
Well, I mean, some people were doing it anyway. So the second problem we have that we discovered is that they don't necessarily pay attention to what advice we are giving them.
Good.
So we're trying to select new player-friendly vehicles and say, you know, we recommend you play this. Now, the E50's been doing rather popularly. Centurion, somebody did very well in the Centurion, and so on.
It is very popular.
And some vehicles that require that can be very, very good, but require a high skill set to play, we tell them to stay clear of it, unless they really know what they're doing. And again, sometimes they say they know what they're doing, but they don't. Actually know what they're doing. It was one of the worst ones when I was instructing rifle. I used to hate people that had grown up with guns
Because they thought they knew everything.
Thought they knew everything. I said, no, you got to turn. So, you know, the guy would show up and his girlfriend would be sitting there and, watch this, bang, bang, bang. And we'd get the girlfriend up. He said, look, you're being bored there. Just come along, we'll give you a rifle and we'll see how you do. She listened.
She did better.
And she did better than the boyfriend. So when the boyfriend came back the next week, yeah, he was on his own.
Nice. So do I understand this correctly? So I'm an average player. I come queue up for World of Tanks. I play a game at the booth.
You play random games, and you may be selected. There are little lights that pop up on the on top of your monitor. If your light pops up automatically, and there's no rhyme or reason, it really is push button, random light comes on. Then you get told, okay, make a left here, and you go into the super tanker pool.
So it's all about this random chance. And then I get to that pool, and I do what exactly?
And then you get a briefing or instruction from the coach for the day. So this is our chance to mold the malleable public into our type of super tanker.
Are we actually training players?
That's actually a good one, right? But did you actually get really like experienced people as well?
Some of them do, and they're the ones that don't listen to us.
I can imagine that. I would do the
Probably
same.
perform worse.
Well, actually, it's proving about 50-50.
So, and then they get into the competitive area where they play separately from the rest of the guys, right?
Correct. They play 5 random battles.
So this is random. This is not like esports. It's not team versus
just
team.
Random battles. So if you're playing on the EU server and you get a super tanker _ whatever, that's what one of these people are.
Okay.
So they may be good. They may be complete neophytes, but you know that's
they
what
might
they
be
are.
really good as well, right? Or they were coached really well, at least.
That's the theory. We hope that we've given them sufficient guidance and instruction that they will be an asset to the team. Because this isn't about XP, this isn't about win rate, this isn't about, this isn't about any of the win 8 status, really, that people always focus on. This is quite simply, you are playing to win.
So it's not like a separate competitive mode that we used to have. This is something completely different that we are doing here at Gamescom for the first time, right?
Yes, correct.
Can you maybe tell us a little bit about this process? Because I'm pretty sure, because this is something that we do for the first time. It has been probably pretty complicated to set up. It's a completely separate booth area with a lot of people working on this. How difficult was it to set it up?
Since I had no hand whatsoever in setting it up, I can't tell
Nice.
you. I got off the airplane from California like 2 days ago. I'm still not entirely awake yet.
Okay, how many things were still not set up when you landed?
I reserve my right to remain silent. We have the 5th Amendment in California.
I can tell you that I was in some of the meetings. It was a lot of heated debates going on, but it seems that actually it worked out really well, right? It's working pretty
well.
cool.
I mean, it's the end of the first day. We've had our winners. The winner was from Denmark. So he's got his €1,000 and he is coming back on Saturday to compete for the grand prize.
Theoretically, can somebody actually win day by day by day by day? Do you accept the same winner over and over and over again? Did you consider this possibility?
I don't know if we have. I have seen people who lost the super tanker round and then went back into the line, but they weren't selected as far as I know. So I think we're okay.
So there's a chance that you can queue up again and hopefully be selected again.
You can try. I'm not going to guarantee we'll let you pass the registration phase.
Okay.
I don't like this player.
Okay, that's actually a really cool activity that I hope that it's going to work out really well, and then maybe we can repeat it for the next Gamescom or maybe for other offline events as well, right?
We'll find out. We'll try different coaches maybe with different ideas. So right now what it is Annihilator thinks that the secret to being a good tanker is you got to be cool and calm and calculating.
That's very nice.
I like it.
The Killzor is going, you got to be emotional. You got to be vested in it.
That's very much like the Killzor, okay?
Well, I'm a professional tanker. My attitude is you got to seize initiative, you got to make the most of fleeting opportunities. So they are wrong, but we are going to prove this by the end of the week.
So this is basically a game of, keeping tabs, like who agrees with me.
Again, though, we do have the problem that the players sometimes don't listen to us anyway, so that, it could be completely random. We end up with a player who listens to a competent coach and a person who listens to the correct coach doesn't listen to him and doesn't follow instructions.
So
you actually say that there is a correct coach, right? Not all of them are correct, only one.
In different degrees.
I see.
Although
Very
I'm not sure about the Killzors. Annihilator I can agree with. I really don't understand.
The most
fine, okay.
correctest.
Nice. So any internal bets going off? Who is going to win? Which coach is going to win?
I'm starting to suspect that the actual prizes are actually nothing but bets that you put.
Well,
day
for us
by
coaches,
day.
I mean, we're not winning anything. we're winning bragging rights. And
So this is for the bragging rights.
yeah.
Okay, I see. So guys, if you are at Gamescom, then this is something that you can try. You can just go into the queue. You can play World of Tanks, and hopefully
And
you are
if you
going
don't
to be
get selected, then go back in the queue.
Try again. Right? It works.
I mean, keep it crowded. There's cash prizes. So what other motivation do you
what
want?
else do you got to do? Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. Is there any place where people can follow what you guys are doing? Is there some kind of coverage of this?
There is coverage because they've had 3 or 4 video cameras shoved in our face.
I did see a lot of interviews going on down there, and I've seen people kind of massively.
Yeah, I've been too busy standing next to the Killzor giving Annihilator a hard time, so I'm not actually sure what's happening with the footage.
So basically, let's all touch your Nile for the rest of the days.
That's today. Tomorrow, myself and Annihilator will gang up on Killzor, and then Friday, I guess I get to be the bunt of the jokes.
Okay, that's cool. I'm pretty sure that we can actually give an update on Saturday as well, because we have another stream, and maybe we can update the guys about how this is going.
Yep.
I wanted to ask you one more thing. What have you been up to lately? Because I know that you did something really cool with a video lately.
I have, well, I mean, the Inside Hatch series is still coming out, but the most one relevant to Gamescom is you've released the Eagle 7 tank this week. It's a T26E3. The gunner who was filmed putting those 3 rounds into the Panther, he's still alive. He lives in Pennsylvania. So we flew out to Pennsylvania with a camera crew, and we sat him down in front of this camera, and we just barraged him with questions for about 2.5 hours. Now, the man's 95 years old, so he's not as fast as he used to be, so we've had to edit the interview a bit. But it's over an hour of just this tanker talking about his experience in World War II. And of course, our World War II veterans are starting to die off at a rapid rate, and the opportunity to get this guy's story is fleeting, and we've seized it. The first part of the interview was released on the North American World of Tanks channel yesterday. So as we go on over the course of the week, we're going to be releasing more and more of these videos. It's 30 minutes. If you're interested in explosions and dramatic videos, you're not going to see it. This is a 95-year-old man sitting on a chair talking about what happened in World War II. But considering what the subject matter of this game is, if you're not interested in this, you should
weird.
Yeah, that sounds actually something like I should watch as well. So guys, it's out there. Watch it. It's probably worth it. Yeah, I would say.
It's just called Interview with Eagle 7's Gunner.
I mean, it is a piece of human history, and like a piece of humankind at that point.
Yeah.
So
and we keep forgetting, these are awesome tanks. I love tanks. I'm a tank nut. I think it says I'm a tank nut on the bottom of the screen.
it does say it.
But there we go. But
actually, yeah, we are justified.
They're completely useless pieces of machinery without the crewmen inside them, and we just forget about that too much.
That's true.
That's
okay, I think we are at the end of our segment.
All right.
I thank you very much for the information, and we are going to get back to this. I want to learn who won. You and Annihilator of the Killzor.
Yeah, we want to know how this bet ends.
Well, I'll tell you who will win, but hey, you ask the other two, they'll give you different answers.
I hope that you gang up on Ducky. He has it in for me a little bit because I did something to him. He knows. I'm going to make it up for him. But I hope that you also managed to get on top of,
Well, the other thing is I have a cunning plan involving a lot of alcohol the night before. So
nice. Okay.
Let's just say that our relationship with Ducky is kind of like, that kind of friend that you salute with a punch on the shoulder.
Well, he's probably going to do that to me. That's true.
Kind of a special relationship.
So good luck to you in your quest to defeat Ducky and Annihilator.
Yes. Let's just. Can we say that we cheer for him?
Absolutely.
We absolutely cheer for you.
Okay, guys, what we are going to do is I'm going to leave Sal alone, and I'm going to be joining Kajek over there, and I'm going to play with him a little bit, and then we are going to switch back to Sal, and we are going to have some more guests.
I have something so special for
Annihilator?
you guys.
No, not this time. Nice try, though.
Somebody looking a bit more girly.
Yeah, exactly.
The Killzor.
Or maybe... Wow, that was a nice one. I like that.
That was an incredible job.
Okay, before the Killzor dies from all these shots being fired, I'm going to join Kajek.
Hey,
see you guys in a
you don't
sec.
give it out if you can't take it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm going.
He's going. Everyone's going. I'm being left alone.
I must say that Chieftain just killed me with his joke. It was perfect timing. It was like perfectly timed. That's what she said joke, I think. What do you think, Phelan? And we are back in a battle actually. Phelan is joining me. Are you excited? He cannot hear me at all. He cannot hear me. It's the best part here. There's someone literally so close and you cannot hear anything what he's saying. Right, Phelan? Polish tanks, good, right?
Absolutely.
Let's do this. It's actually for like 6th time I'm playing this version of Minsk map. So I'm curious because I usually play light tanks, medium tanks to check the maps a bit better when it comes to testing. And I'm curious about the heavy positions here because I want to try this one. Looks like it's safe from the middle.
You're alive.
And
Guys, I actually broke that.
oh, just skill, no just skill. It was just luck right now. But it's fine. I have amazing position right here actually. I think. Oh.
There you go. There I am. I hope. I actually broke it.
Yes,
oh God.
I can hear you.
Nice,
Oh.
I can hear you too. But I managed to break the microphone. Video thing is
I
going to
hit my teammate. I was so excited you hear that I hit my teammate.
Oh. I didn't know that I have this kind of effect on you, Kaya.
What? now you make it look weird.
Me, I never do that. I would never do that. Okay. So what am I playing? What are you playing actually?
I'm playing 60 TP right now, tier 10 Polish tank.
Oh,
I
okay.
enjoy it so much.
I actually
So
played
much
that a
so
couple of
far.
times before the
And so
stream.
much. It's still test server only and I'm not very familiar with this tank, but
I played it yesterday. I played 3 matches. I loved it actually because it's very similar to the E4, and I love the E4. So
it's actually true. You are completely right. The speed, it has turret,
it's
fully
different,
rotating
but it has
turret.
some similarities, I would say. Right? So
Yes.
I'm going to distract you. So how are you liking Gamescom so far? Because we haven't really talked about that too much, right? Let's talk about
enjoy
games.
it. You know me. I enjoy events like this. I enjoy talking to players. I enjoy talking to super amazing people like Chieftain, for example. We met recently on one of our dinners, and it was so nice to talk to him in person, and it was just it's inspiring, and at the same time it's.
It actually was the first time I talked to Chieftain.
You cannot stop listening. You cannot stop listening. These stories are so amazing.
So what have you been doing before doing the streams? Because I know that you are also doing stuff in the booth, right?
Yes, I am working on a game station, so I'm making sure that everything's working, that our players are happy, they can play the tanks they want, and everything's done for them, basically.
That sounds cool.
It sounds cool.
Any interesting stories?
It could be a bit.
That went
oh yes!
That's right. Okay.
There you go, 1000 into 50B. But I need to reload.
Like 1 second, I'm not watching because I'm rearranging my consumables, and then you do something.
Okay, I'm gonna reverse side scrape like a boss here.
By the way, guys, I talked to Sael, and she's setting up for some really cool guests we are going to show in a second. And then she's also going to share with you the bonus code, the whole bonus code that you need to input. And you need to input that bonus code into worldoftanks.eu, the website. You log in, you go to the upper right corner, and there is activate bonus code if you are logged in. So make sure that you do. And then once that happens, you are going to have a mission, plus you will have a chance to actually enter a giveaway for 5 tier 8 premium tanks. The Eagle 7 actually, the one that we just mentioned with the Chieftain. And also for 3 1 year of premium accounts, not accounts, but 1 year of premium, something like that. So we are going to be sharing that with you guys in a second.
I actually want to roll.
In the
for
meantime,
1000
we are
again.
watching Kajak fail.
Yes. I was actually. Oh!
You're not failing.
My wall. Oh.
What was that? Oh, there was a. The name that I should not be saying, but it's the ship barn. Okay.
The ship barn.
Yes, the ship barn.
It's ship. It looks like ship.
Okay. Yeah, actually, when we went to Tankfest, remember that it actually is standing, or it stands in front of Tankfest, right? In front of Browington, the museum. We were doing our picture in front of it.
It's actually amazing story how me and Phelan met, because we both used to be community contributors, and we met at the Tankfest 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
And
already.
we were lost, all of us.
Yes,
remember?
we were lost in front. Yes, we were lost in front of M103, and it was fun in the end. It's so amazing. I feel for our contributors when they get invited to events like this, because I was feeling like a king. Wargaming takes care of everything. You get accommodated. They will give you food. They are nice to you. Amazing, and especially meeting. Sorry. My tier 10 is in a battle, so we have to go for tier 9.
Ah, okay.
But it was set up by QB, so I think there are no changes needed.
There you go.
You could use chleb se smalcem. If we have some Polish audience, we could try to pronounce these, like Tiszkiewicza.
I already failed with the Polish map. Don't even, like, I have been talking to some of our Polish co-workers, you know, at Anna, for example, from our events team. She tried to tell me how to pronounce this. Well, it didn't work. Apparently it's easy, but not for me.
Yes, it is easy. For Slavic people it's easy, but for
you,
I
can
imagine.
Hungarian, you know how it is. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we can do with this one. I think I played this once yesterday, and it was pretty cool, but I like the tier 10 more. Honestly.
Yeah. No, actually, I had better games. On a tier 10, it's fun to hit someone for 750, but I just realized that the alpha is could be level Jagdpanzer 100 for me, because if you miss the shot, the reload time is really long, and it's not the best experience when you have to wait and you are surrounded by tanks and you cannot do anything.
Okay, I have said that. I'm one of those.
You are the low sensitivity guy.
That's one thing. The other thing is that I actually play with an inverted mouse. I'm one of those weird guys.
That's what one of our video guys, the only one in our video team. He's playing with the vertical reverse vertical.
That's the natural way to play, right, guys?
So
right?
it's the same for you. I cannot imagine playing like that.
I used to play a lot of simulators, you know, back in the day when I was really young, on Commodore 64 and these things.
Let's push left side.
Oh, okay, I can actually go there. So our video team is going to, almost. Our video team is going to show the bonus codes very, very soon.
I'm curious. I bet it's not games. The first part. Because
sure
I know they tried it and it didn't work.
I wonder if someone actually cracked it. We will check after.
You know, I have to tell you a story. I will make it as short as possible. Basically, we are creating contest where there was answer was a final number. It was we were giving like clues how to get to this number, and one guy actually answered 30 minutes before we actually revealed all the clues to get the number.
Okay.
And it appeared that sorry, I will focus a bit. It appeared that the number was the same number as if you count all the armor values of Bachetilion 25T.
Was it intended?
Super random. It wasn't intended. He just counted some random numbers, which were numbers from Bachetillion's armor, and he guessed right for some reason. So it happens, and maybe someone cracked the. Oh, it was a shame. It was a big.
That was a really bad shot. Oh man.
I'm actually thinking about pushing under them. But
yeah, that's the thing. We are not exactly snipers, are we? Right? There's a Type 5. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, they are going back.
I will try to pen him.
What are the chances that I can?
Yeah, from this side you can pen him into Popula with high roll. Yes.
Nice.
Oh, hello.
Moving back.
Come back.
The alpha damage on these tanks is just awesome. I like this kind of gameplay. The thing is that, as far as I can see, for example, the tier 10, it's not as good when it comes to the gun as the E4. Obviously, that's a TD, right? But
yeah, but E4's mobility is a bit different.
Whoa,
it was such a bad shot. But let's go now.
Oh my God. Okay, let's move forward.
268 on it.
Are you shooting HE? Nice.
Yes, I had the HE ready for the Borsig and this chariot here.
Okay, we're doing
But
pretty
I
well.
didn't pin.
Oh, that
I'm gonna go.
five is
Oh,
going
I'm gonna
down,
load
nice.
HE again. You know why?
You are going to do 200 damage again.
I'm gonna push through here. Oh, hello.
Okay, I'm going to actually do the really stupid thing, and I'm going to just move up here. No.
Oh, it would.
No.
It could be penetration. This 7, 6. I want
Oh,
this
man, no.
object terrain.
No. Why is he? Okay, never mind.
Oh, poor guy.
Why are those guys still alive?
It's such a shame you cannot go through the tank into the other tank. It's actually a great
Yeah,
suggestion.
You wish.
It was the first situation when I was thinking about it, because it was the first situation when
Oh,
I could really
there
use
is the
it.
barn. Oh god. Uh oh, and they can see me.
No, I want him. I want the barn.
He wants you to.
I want.
I'm pretty sure he wants you to. It's a mutual thing. Come on, Choyota, you want it. You want it.
Yes, amazing amount of HP, but I'm in tier
There you
9
go.
right now.
Can you get that?
I'm bouncing tortoise with my side.
Where's the top? Okay.
It was a kill.
I really want to have that 4-6 still. 2, 3. No. Oh, nice. Okay. Cool. Oh, we just rolled them over. I rolled over them actually. Oh no! I did a
Poor
whooping
guy.
600 damage. I think I actually carried this game really hard.
Oh.
This
Oh.
is the pain of playing a heavy tank sometimes.
Yes,
That's why I don't
exactly.
usually do it, because if you are winning easily, then you cannot really chase the damage.
Oh, I will actually at some point change the damage counter for the same one as you have, because right now I don't know how I play.
See, that's why it's nice to have Will doing the setup for me. He knows how to set this game up.
Yes.
What are the chances that I can get that? Oh, it's going back. Oh, nice.
It was too fast. But I stole some damage in this game. Not
Come
bad.
on.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not
in
fair.
general issue with the heavy tanks for me. As I said in the beginning of the stream, slow tanks are not for me. It's not about the game as itself in the beginning, or when you get to the position and the gameplay of the tank as itself. But then when you need to move to different flank, when you need to support your team, you want to support them and you cannot, because you know you're not going to be there on time. So you have to think about position, let's say 400, 500 meters closer, because you need to already defend when you know that your team on a
It's
flank
really
is
good when
gonna
you
lose.
have something to shoot at from close range, but then after that, you know, you can let the other guys do the damage dealing. And I think after this one, we are going to be switching back to
Okay.
Yes, exactly. We are going to switching back to the studio, because Sile is waiting for you guys, and she has a couple of really cool guests. So let's go back.
Hello, here we are again. Didn't I mention that I was gonna have some kind of a slightly girlier than usual guests? Here I am with the Bombshells. Some beautiful singers. Talk me to the mic or our players will be cut out. Oh, hello.
Hello,
Yes.
it's good to be here.
It's super nice to have you. I am so overjoyed to have you here, because I don't know if you guys have been to last year Gamescom player party, but we did have the Bombshells perform for us during that player party, and I was there, and it's one of my most gorgeous memories. Like some of the coolest thing that you've done in your line of work. What was it? I did witness a beautiful concert. There were the Bombshells there, like some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. Like I'm so.
Wow. Oh, thank you.
I was so awestruck when I heard you sing.
Honestly, it was the most amazing night for us as well, and we didn't know what to expect. We arrived here. We knew we were performing at the players' party, but we didn't know much detail. And then when we arrived and we saw like the scale of the event was so huge, and we obviously met Sabaton, and we were going to be warming up the crowd for them. And we've never really sort of collaborated on the same evening with a heavy metal group.
Yeah, that must have been like incredible, because like how can we name your genre of music?
I'd say it's sort of vintage swing, very reminiscent of the Andrews Sisters style.
Yeah, I did do a kind of a background check on the Andrew sisters, like just to find some interesting trivia because I have this gen this gen requires to be charming basically, like all the women that show up, and I found out that actually the Andrew sisters were kind of inspired to the Boswell sisters, if I'm not mistaken, and I found out that the Boswell sisters actually came up with the term rock and roll, and they were the actually first ones to use it, and I'm like, women came up with rock and roll, like that blew my mind.
That's very cool.
Wow.
We did.
I think we'll definitely agree with that. But it's very cool.
So let's say that it's kind of, like it's a circle. Like we start with women coming up with rock and roll, and then we have, how did you say that? The genre of the music was, apologies.
What, for us?
Yes.
Our vintage swing.
Vintage swing, yes. And now we have vintage swing paired up with, opening up a concert of metal. And it's just like, it's a circle. It's a circle closing.
It was amazing. And we honestly didn't know what to expect. Before we were going on stage, we had a little look outside and we saw the crowd and they all had the Sabaton t-shirts and they were chanting for Sabaton, and we thought, oh dear. I hope
are they going to like us? So actually, did you have any interesting experience with the players since then?
We've had so much support. It's been absolutely amazing, honestly. We can't thank people enough. They've been so lovely, so warm and kind, and kept in touch with us. And when we said we were coming back to do Gamescom again this year on the stand, a lot of people sent us some messages saying that they'd enjoyed the players' party and they were looking forward to seeing us again.
So I was one of the silent watchers of this thing, and I did not send messages when I found out what we were going to do for this year. But when I discovered, I was like, oh my god.
You actually look like you need to join us.
Do I?
You have the same look.
Oh my god, this is
it. We're getting a fourth bombshell bell.
Oh my god. Yes, but I am overjoyed to hear this, because wow, some of the most beautiful women I've met are complimenting me. Like, yeah, come with us. Like, yeah, sure. I'm not gonna look mismatched at all.
You're gorgeous.
Thank you.
We'll do your hair tomorrow.
What, sorry?
We will do your hair tomorrow.
Oh my god.
We'll give you a victory roll.
Dreams coming true, guys. Dreams coming true. Actual dreams coming true live on camera. Oh my god. Yeah. No, but you really don't want me to join you because maybe looks are there with some effort and a ton of makeup, but you really don't want to hear me sing. Last time that I sang during one of our live streams, it was actually the music of one of our new maps. It was too janky, and players instantly please don't sing.
Oh, that might be a problem with joining the band.
Yeah, I might be like the guy in the orchestra, the guy that actually every once in a while sings with a triangle. I'm the triangle guy of the band.
That's fine.
Yeah, for as long as it works for you, I'm gladly joining. That's very nice. So I'm gonna also ask a question because there is also I usually record a series of video for our YouTube channel that is called the Weekly Ops, and you can actually go and find it. We uploaded an episode today, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, every once in a while I'm recording that, and I'm alternating with one of my colleagues, which is Candly. Some of you, of course, all of you that follow us, you do know Candly. And there is a question that I'm going to ask you that actually is also backed up by Candly. And this question is actually, I've seen your work and I loved it. And I didn't just love it for the music. Of course, the music is amazing. It's like I get instantly, whenever I listen to you, I get instantly teleported to another location in time. And there is something gets altered in the world when you sing. There is something beautiful. And we were wondering, how do they style their clothes so well? We were impressed because you basically set a theme and you have variation for all three of you, and everything fits so well. And who's your stylist?
So we all love the vintage styles, the vintage fashion, and with what we sing and what we do, we have to keep that going. So appearances, shows. To be honest, day-to-day life, we like to dress this way. So there's a lot of vintage stylists. There's a lot of vintage stores back in England as well where we can get our clothes from, and we stay in touch with them, see what's new, what's coming in. So yeah, a lot of online shopping. We get these from America. So we really do look into what we wear, and we really like
and social media as well, with the hair and the
it is
styling.
So amazing. This is so beautiful. I need to get the look.
Thank you. We'll send you some summer dresses.
Oh my God! I'm gonna make them. Add them to my bookmarks.
Yeah, do some shopping.
So there is another question that I wanted to ask of you. Oftentimes I find myself interviewing people that are, like actual stars that I'm like awestruck all the time. Like every time I appear on camera with more than one person, I get super awestruck. Like there's like I get much, please interview these amazing people and try to look the best you can. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna be a mess. But yeah, this is a question that I usually ask when people perform some very super difficult task. And if any one of the players already know your work, they know that you girls sing all together. And sometimes you do a great job of, alternating, who is singing, where and when. Is this a chorus? Like when is a bit of, when do you get singled out? And you have some moments where you just, like, maybe I'm seeing the final product, but you just nail it. And I'm like, how do you get that level of coordination? And it's like, how many tries? Like, how much practice do you have before you actually nail a song?
Yeah, well, we do rehearse. We do rehearse a lot.
We're under attack!
No, we do rehearse a lot, with not just the voices and getting the harmonies right, but also with the choreography and the dancing, looking at ourselves in the mirror, make sure we're very uniformed. We break down all of the songs to make sure that the harmonies are blended well and that each part is suited for each person. And, we want everything to be as perfect as we can make it. So, yeah, lots of practice.
So I'm going to ask you, I think, one last question. Maybe players are wondering, that one day that I actually meet the bombshells, like how can I, an icebreaker. And like, let's have, the icebreaker question for the players. Like maybe they want to ask you something like, do you know actually anything about the gaming industry or our own game? Like, did you ever try our game, like World of Tanks? Did you ever play it? Or how would you feel about playing World of Tanks?
We haven't played yet, but we are wanting to. We want to learn to play this week that we're here because I think it'd be important.
If I'm honest, I know I will be rubbish.
Me too.
I'd like to try, but I know I will be awful. So, yeah, you may need to teach us.
So here's a special thing for all the players. If you sometimes see a player that is not, performing really well, as you would expect from, somebody playing with you, be gentle, and because it could be one of the bombshells. Like, it could be one of the bombshells.
We are learning a lot, though. We're learning a lot being here.
Like, if you want to learn, last advice, we are having the Super Tanker Initiative, and there is actually coaching experts. So, like,
that's what we need.
You really might want to try that.
We have actually tried the AR, the augmented reality, which was really fun. We did that yesterday. So, we're learning.
Yeah, one thing at a time. We're having the bombshells enjoy your booth at Gamescom. So then, girls, I will have, unfortunately, I would say forever with you. Like, I would spend the next several hours. Like, let's have dinner together. Let's do whatever. But unfortunately, we cannot film everything, and we need to move to the next segment of our stream. So I'm gonna have to thank you very much for being with me here tonight, and thank you very much for being with us in general. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you very much. So now I'm going to join you guys.
Back to our nice faces.
Exactly.
Manly faces.
Well, I'm pretty sure that after this side we are not so pretty, Kai.
Yes.
So sorry.
I feel ugly. We are actually talking about it. Who's the prettiest out of the three? You can leave the comment in the chat definitely, but we didn't come to conclusion because...
What about the fourth? Okay, sorry. I just had to do this to you. Okay.
Thank you, Phelan. You ruined it for me. Sorry, chat. Sorry for his behavior. It's fine. He's gonna learn how to do it.
Okay, we have to do a couple of things really fast. Okay, first, we are going to go into battle as well, but we wanted to let you know that you can see the bonus code, the correct one, because we messed it up. So the correct bonus code is on the screen. You can input this into worldoftanks.eu, and you still have 10 minutes or so before the stream ends to actually activate the missions and get a chance to participate in the draw. Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing is that soon our community managers are going to put the campaigns where you can sign up for the physical prizes into the chats. So go to YouTube, go to Twitch, look at the chat. There's going to be a link where you can sign up and you can have a chance to win some really cool physical prizes from Rodzi, from SteelSeries, and help me out. We had one more thing, Italiari,
Italiari, thanks.
And that's it, I think. So those are really cool things. just check out the chat.
Yeah, I need to tell you something. You can win gaming desk. Gaming desk.
Yeah, his mind is still
Gaming
gone from that
desk.
one. You want
My
to
mind
have
is
one,
gone.
right?
Yes,
So you have to talk to our partners, maybe, you know.
but it's amazing idea. Gaming desk. How come that it wasn't here earlier?
They are being invaded.
Oh, we have.
I'm here.
How are you going to
is
play
back.
like this?
I did not abandon you.
So how, like how
You know what? I'm actually gonna sit here.
how unhappy are you that Kaya didn't include you in that number? Have you heard?
She didn't hear it. It's good. Did you hear it? I hope not.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's good. We can talk about Sile. She
exactly, she cannot
anything.
hear us. So
Like-
what are we
like
going to
this,
talk
I
about?
think.
Let's
Stuff.
talk about some stuff. That's not very interesting though.
Yeah.
So
There's.
okay, I almost made another bad joke, but I'm going to restrain myself this time.
Yes.
No, okay.
You are going Kaya, Phelan. You are going Kaya.
No.
at this
I'm
point.
always doing this on
Oh,
streams.
whoa,
people
whoa,
know
whoa!
that.
Be careful.
It's fine.
Oh,
it's
good.
fine. It's
Woo!
I was
Nice
worried.
action.
Ah, wait.
fine.
you are
So
actually
what
right.
are we actually going to do? Because you are the expert.
Let's
here,
push
Kaya.
the. Bam.
I'm a bit afraid because they
So
might.
basically, is it a tradition for this map to just climb down the ledge?
No, it's Polish
oh,
tank
man.
tradition.
That I didn't want.
What
That
hit
was-
you?
there
Go,
is
go,
a-
go, go! It's
Wait,
the
there's a
T100.
there's a
Go, go,
shit
go,
bar.
go, go!
No.
I'm scared.
Oh my
god. Go, I'm scared.
No, I don't
He
want
shot me, I
Stop.
blocked.
There is actual pushing here.
Okay, I don't want
Okay,
to go out
I'm
there.
going
Come
first.
on.
Okay.
Like, have you seen what is out there? Like seriously, dude.
Oh, I know.
Type 5
I know
heavy.
the strategy. He wants to get you killed so that you are extra cover.
Jesus, this guy. That's why I don't play with people. You know.
It's actual mobbing between
Yeah.
World of
People just
World of
get
I
Tanks
remember
employees.
our streaming together. Was it me, you, and was it Conway? Conway, maybe.
Oh,
and
yes,
I was
you guys
saying,
always want to do
yeah, push,
stuff.
push, push.
Yeah, the push.
Ah,
I
that's
remember
good
the push.
position.
Go
Oh,
shoot!
no.
What are you waiting for?
what?
Shoot!
Okay,
Shoot! Shoot!
Okay, I cannot concentrate with push.
I was
Oh.
waiting for him to.
The perfect shot.
You know
Stop.
what? I'm just going to try to evade. Please, let's show Kaya's monitor. Really bad.
Ooh, type 5.
Oh no!
I'm pretty much stuck at this point.
Come on, this map is fun to play. Even I can do that.
Wow.
Oh, whoa,
ouch.
whoa.
Ouch. Right, which way
Whoa,
are you
whoa,
going?
whoa,
Jesus.
whoa, whoa.
I really don't want to come here. Why did I actually come here?
We should push
So
somehow.
basically, we're having
Okay,
a platoon.
okay.
We're having a platoon with Felan and Kitesek. Like, what's the
that's the
percentage that
first
we
we can do.
lose the game?
Like
According
two
to you guys.
I think like 100% right now.
Yes.
Comment in the chat. What is the
Oh
percentage?
my god, I'm going to die. No. I don't
It's
want
fine,
to
we're
die.
gonna hold it with E100. How are you dying?
No.
Oh my god, I was checking how you're dying and Type 5 hit me for 700.
Okay, you want to blame this on me as well. That's nice. That's nice. I like
No, I was looking back. It's on it's visible on the stream, guys. I'm
Hashtag
not-
blame Felan.
it. I never play as bad as on streams, like seriously, when I play together with people.
That's his excuse, ladies
Yeah,
and
every single
gentlemen.
time. You can check out my stats. I'm not that bad. Come on.
Oh wow!
Oh, someone's pulling out stats already.
Somebody's
whoa,
pulling out
whoa,
stats.
Whoa. It's like this stream is getting nasty.
I know, it's just getting very, very competitive. I don't think so, actually. That guy just put. Oh, we are screwed. We are screwed.
You look.
Let's focus on this WZ, maybe. Let's try. No, don't reverse. No. That's why I hate playing with people. Arrgh. And now I missed.
Of course,
my shot.
non-pen. Of course.
Oh my god, I hit the track because I had Ooh, ramming speed.
Oh man.
No.
Suicide speed.
No, I don't want to
Suicide.
die. I don't want to die. Oh, there you go.
But we always end up like this on this map, in this position for some reason.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
It's actually kind of like a tradition.
Eh,
It's also a
tradition
tradition that
for the
we,
last
that
game.
we lose for the last
Yes,
game.
exactly.
Absolutely.
But now there's one pretty face and two faces.
Guys,
So-
let's see. Let's check.
I love how he said like there is one pretty face and two faces because like he couldn't just get like
I'm
like
so sorry
one
for you
pretty
guys.
face
At
and
least
two
I'm
ugly
pretty
faces.
nice.
Like he couldn't get to that point.
So, guys, the code is still up there. So you still have 6 minutes to
We
input
see
this
it there.
code.
It's there.
We are pointing that
Use
way,
it.
but you actually see it under us.
No,
like,
it's
like
not.
here.
It's not the correct spelling.
It is the correct spelling. Believe me, we checked. So that's the correct spelling.
No.
It works. Guys, if you go to worldoftanks.eu and you activate this bonus code, you're going to get a cool mission that gives you really nice boosters, personal reserves, if you complete the mission. And then you also have a chance to enter into a giveaway for 5 tier 8 premium tanks and also for 365 days of premium time, which is really cool, I think.
It's easier to say 1 year, did you know?
Yeah. I shouldn't have went for the big number. Oh man.
How did you choose that as I could say 1 year, but like what about I say 360 days?
Because a year is 365 days.
It's 364.
No,
depends.
But sometimes it's 365 once in a 4 years.
I'm starting to get confused over the length of a year.
Sometimes February has
We had a heavy day, forgive us.
We have some research to do.
If you are unluckiest person, you are born on 29th of February.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. You only have a birthday every 4 years, right? Okay.
So guys, you should definitely let us know if you like the stream. What do you like the most? What was the best guess?
Yeah, right. Also, don't forget that we are going to have more streams. If you actually speak Polish, we are going to have a Polish stream on Saturday and followed by an English stream.
What? No.
And we are also going to have a German stream on Friday. So
Tak jest, polski I germanski.
I'm pretty sure you said that. Okay. But they are going to be on the Polish YouTube channel and the German YouTube channel respectively. Okay. So
we're doing special stuff. Follow us.
The English one is going to be on Saturday between 5 and 8. So tune in if you want to have some more craziness from us. In the meantime, see you guys.
Yes, you're gonna see us again. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.